All
All right, you go
right,
ahead,
what's
man.
going on, everybody? So we're gonna be going through the anime awards. I'm here with RexBebop. I went through the anime awards nominees the other day, but I wanted to go ahead and get his opinion on it, and then we can also bounce off of each other and everything. And since my camera got messed up last time, I also just felt the need to really just redo it and everything. But let's go and get into it. I'm gonna let you choose whatever category you want to choose first. I'll let you control things for a minute.
Well, okay. I'm honored. I guess like best VA performance, and we'll just go down upwards because I feel like the anime of the year should be the last thing we
Yeah,
talk
okay, that's
about.
that's the big one. Yeah. Before we do that, you want to kind of go through those judges because we've been texting back and forth about the judges
Uh,
because like a lot of the controversy, I guess you could say online is some of these nominees, which you'll see. A lot of the picks are kind of safe. A lot of the picks are kind of I, I guess the best way to say it is it's very mainstream. I guess that's the most polite way you could say it. Very mainstream picks, but let me just go through the judges because you were telling me that Trash Taste is one of them. What do you say? Glass
no, I'm asking.
Reflections.
No, I don't think they're even on here. Like
Oh,
the one
I thought you were telling me that was the
no,
case. Oh,
no,
okay.
no, no. The one I've noticed is like Glass Reflection Arcada is on this list. Other than that, it's like it's so these are people that I'm like, who the fuck is this? Who's this
Yeah,
guy?
I'm
Who's
just
this guy?
expecting to see somebody from IGN because these seem like IGN picks. Because a lot of times when they do their picks, so a lot of times when they do their picks, it's always like when they do their like top 25 anime. It's always the same anime. It's always the most usual, safe kind of choices. And see, they got somebody from GameSpot. You're from GameSpot. I mean, yeah, she also does fandom also, so I guess you can kind of give her a pass. They got this guy named Eugene. Like a lot of these dudes, a lot of
Let's look at him
yeah,
too.
look, a lot of these dudes I've never heard of. But so this
You
guy is a
look like
video
he's
producer and then also a journalist. I've never heard of this dude. Um, yeah, just like every year, it seems like they just keep getting people, just random freaking people you never heard of, and
who the hell's Clarissa, and why should I care about she's
and
a
this is not
podcast
like look I like
co-host?
we really don't we're really trying not to like we don't want to bash everybody or anything like that, but
I'm not
it's
trying
just
to
like
shame. I'm not trying to
it's
bash
just like at
anyone
the end
here.
of the day, and you'll 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 see where we're coming from once we get to the nominees, but it's like you really gotta question who are they getting to judge these shows, to like pick the nominees, and then also what shows are they watching, because yeah, there's a lot of stuff missing here. But yeah, I don't recognize. I knew they were gonna get somebody from IGN. I knew they were gonna get somebody from IGN. Uh,
Who is it?
I've never heard of this dude. Raphael Motimayor. I've never heard of him.
Okay.
Never heard of him at all.
Okay.
See, now
Yeah.
I know Tamor Hussein. He knows I think he watches anime, but the only anime I've heard him talk about is like Naruto and Demon Slayer. So once again, and the thing is like he's from GameSpot. I think he does Giant Bomb also, and he
Uh-huh.
also helps out with Kind of Funny. And it's like it's weird because you're getting people like that's outside of their wheelhouse.
Yeah,
They should be
Tamor.
getting
I
more.
know this guy. Tamor. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Him.
like
Okay. That's two people I recognize.
yeah. So like they should be getting people that are more in the field of animation. Like, see, and I'm going down here. You said glass reflections. I'm seeing right here. Okay, so cool. I can accept that. I can accept that. It's funny because yeah, they don't have trash taste. I thought you told me that they had
No, 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 no,
trash
no. They
taste.
don't. They don't.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
no.
I misunderstood you. But
Yeah. Yeah.
even if I would take as much as I don't really agree with a lot of the stuff that Giguk and his posse say, like at least they hold more credibility than some of these people. it's just like you gonna get somebody. I'd rather you get somebody like Otaku Spirit. I've seen a lot of his videos popping up, and I've looked at some of his reviews before. Probably one of the most probably one of the most well spoken, just really on the money reviewers out there on YouTube. Because honestly, I don't really mess with a lot of them anymore. But
Yeah.
yeah, we can go ahead and get into the first one. But I just wanted to point out the judges and everything. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you. So okay, so let's just run down the nominees, and then I'll go ahead and pass it off to you. So we have Abby Scott for Nezuko, Austin Tyndall for Millions Knives, Lexi Naito for Tomo, Ryan Colt Levy for Denji, and then Marissa Duran as Sagiri from Hell's Paradise. So take it away.
I've noticed you did not mention John Young Bosch at all.
What it does? Oh yeah. Oh man, yeah. I missed that. My bad. John Young Bosch
And
as
so,
Ichigo
like
from Bleach. My bad.
the main one that I would like give
The,
it to, like it's a for me it's a tie between like Denji and Ichigo for me, because Ryan Colt brought it as Denji, and hell, I even put Knives' voice actor up there because I actually enjoy like uh Trigun Stampede, and I was surprised to even see some of this make the nomination list, because I'm like, okay, now that I've actually seen it and I actually judged it correctly, it's actually a good show. And
yeah,
what
because
they did with
I remember not to cut you off, but I
Red,
remember you. I remember you weren't really you were kind of on the fence about it when you saw the trailer and everything.
yeah, the
Yeah,
trailer
because
did
it's
not.
CG.
Yeah, it's just if you don't need to do shit in CG all the time. You just don't. And then when it actually is actually in motion, it's just like, okay, I it's jank in some areas, but it's just like I can get used to this. And it's just like it got a little better as it went on. But
It just
as
wasn't Kamikatsu level or nothing
no,
like that.
no, absolutely not. But yeah, what Austin did was as Knives, I'm like, okay, this is like really good. And Johnny and Bosch, do I even need to say with this man's resume, like how good he is? I really
But
don't.
okay, so the thing is, does he really stick out as Ichigo compared to his past performances? Because that's the thing. I mean, obviously, I can't judge it because obviously, I've only seen like a few episodes of Thousand Year Blood War, but that was my thing. Kind of just looking at that nomination was like, did it really stand out? Was this really a standout pick, or was this just Bleach is popular right now? Let's just go ahead and put that in there.
No, he just sounds like an older Ichigo. In fact, he sounds more like I guess Nero from Devil May Cry now. So it's
Okay.
just like more of Nero because he's doing more emotion with Ichigo this time. And you can tell like he's a little bit older because this takes place, after the original series.
And
So it's like
we definitely gotta give them props for that because you were pointing out how in Naruto still
oh
sounds
my
like a
god.
teenager.
I yeah, off topic real quick. That's just horrible. Like whatever, like the no knock to the Naruto's voice actress, but it's just like what, dude, you don't sound like an adult at all. It's just my god. Can you try? Can you not sound like you're just in here for a paycheck, please? Can you at least try? At least with Yuri Lowenthal, he tries regardless of whatever it is. He's still bringing like Sasuke over there.
Well, like
You on your
I guess
man?
the thing is like because isn't Naruto voiced by a woman, so maybe it's kind of
Yes,
harder
that's why I
for.
said actress.
They probably should have just they probably should have just went with a man at that point.
Honestly, yeah, you can just hear she's like bored or just like I'm over this role already. That's at least to me. We're like I mean, for what I could still stand Boruto for like the a few episodes that I saw, and I'm just like, whatever, I don't care. But yeah, off topic on that one, but
I just
yeah,
had to point that out because you talking about Ichigo's voice changing that just the one thing that kind of popped into my head.
And you when with the emotional scenes like in Thousand Year Blood War, like you can tell like this man still brings it like regardless of whatever it is. It's like even the emotional bits, it's like, oh my god, like uh shit, he can still bring it even more so. Yeah, Johnny and Bush has not lost a step, so that's why this is like kind of hard for me to give, at least with the three like I've seen on this list, and I know you've pretty much seen almost all everything here. So
Like the only thing I haven't, so like as far as these nominations, like I haven't seen, obviously I haven't seen Trigun. I said I haven't seen Bleach. Haven't, like, I only seen Hell's Paradise. So I saw one episode of Hell's Paradise, but it was only in Japanese. I've never heard it in English outside of the trailer that they re-released. And then
I got three and you got two. How's that possible?
yeah, yeah. Cause no, I can tell you how it's possible. First of all, I don't. When it comes to certain shows, like most of what I watched last year, like I've told you before, I think I watched like I finished what 65 shows or something like that,
Yeah,
65, 70, and then I watched like almost 100. Like I watch a lot during a year, but I'm not like if there's a really big show out and if it's a shonen series, I'm not watching that in Japanese. If possible, I will wait until it's in English. So that's what I was
understood.
doing with Hell's Paradise. And
I can
same,
understand
and
that.
that was the same thing with Jujutsu Kaisen. But by the time that first season ended, I was like, okay, well, I'll just wait. But
Yeah,
um,
now with season two, like dubbed, I cannot recommend that enough. Like that again, off topic, but it's
now
like,
we'll
oh
get
my,
to it. We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
oh my
But
god.
so out of all these, you basically John Young Bosch and Denji, right?
Yeah, I have to
So do
like.
you
And
feel? So do you feel like anybody's missing? Anybody's missing? Because I felt like as much as I like Tomo's voice actor, I thought she did really well. I thought that Carol should have been up here.
well, if Jujutsu Kaisen wasn't like part two of season two didn't come late, I would definitely recommend Yuji's voice actor on here because Jesus, like, oh, I can't, I got
You're not talking about the
different.
main dude, right? You're talking about because I don't know the characters like that. So
Yeah, yeah, I'm talking with Yuji is the main dude. Yes,
nah, I always say his name is Itadori. So that's
yeah,
how
Yuji.
so
Yeah.
like that's how I know. That's how I know. If you say Itadori,
Okay, yes,
then I'll
Ichidori's
know.
voice actor. Yes.
Yeah. The thing is, so like I told you when I saw the trailer for the game at first. Hold on, let me make sure this. Okay, let me make sure this thing's still recorded. Cause
Oh God.
I'm just like I'm being very paranoid because I had to like
No, I
re-record this
understand. I
twice.
understand.
So, but when I saw the trailer for the game and I've seen more of the trailers for the video game and everything, I listened to the voices. I'm like, man, this is. I've only seen. Granted, I've only seen a couple episodes, but I'm like, this does not match what I had in my head. This does not match what I thought that he would sound like or any of the characters. So maybe it's something that will grow on me. But yeah, as far as these goes, I believe I chose. I believe I chose. I think I chose Tomo. I believe I chose Tomo for
Okay.
that one.
Yeah, from what I've heard from like the snippets that I've seen of that show, I was the one who was like, "Hey, I think I was the one that like pushed it on you at first, like, cause like if I'm remembering correctly,
Yeah,
yeah,
I think you were
I
that
think I
and
was the one who
Zombie
recommended
100.
this
Yeah, you're the one that
because it
sent
was
me
the
the link.
manga first, and then the anime adaptation came out. I'm like, hey, it got an anime adaptation. You should probably watch that. And then even when I heard her voice, I'm like, okay, this works. So okay, yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
give them
remember
a
like
thing.
the
Yeah.
first few weeks. Well, we'll get into it, but yeah. Um, I just want to check something real quick before we go. I just want to check what I chose because I want to hold on. Can I put this at a different? Let me see. Okay, nah, it's not gonna show. Okay, we can go to the next one.
Okay.
So Japanese. I'm not gonna.
Yes.
I'm not gonna try to pronounce these names. I'm just gonna say the names of the characters because I butcher these Japanese names. So you have Anya, Monkey D. Luffy, Gojo, Eren Yeager, uh, Bochi, and then Denji. I know for a fact I gave it to Denji because I thought the I honestly like the Japanese voice actor for Denji a bit more than the English one. Out of the other ones, I mean, I obviously can't speak on Spy Family. Bochi's, I don't really remember Bochi's like that. Again, when I said this, I don't know if that made it into the final cut of the last video I put out, but it was like, when it comes to Japanese voice acting, you really gotta do something really just incredible, I guess, to kind of stick out in my head. So I'll probably just give it to Denji. Cause like
Okay.
One Piece in Japanese is kind of it's not right to me.
It's grating. I'm not even gonna. I'll interject and say like Luffy's voice actor for in Japanese. It's just like nah,
What we're
nah.
about like
And
what we're saying is probably blasphemy to so many people. Like
you know, I'll say it right
so many
now. As
people
someone,
slandered the English dub for One Piece, and I'm like, I don't get. Other than like, okay, Luffy is Gohan. Other than Luffy as Gohan, who sounds wrong? Like it was like, granted, going from 4 Kids to the dub that we have now, it was something.
yeah, it's like, oh my
It was a
god.
transitional period that I had to get used to it, especially as a kid. I'm like, okay, why does Zoro sound like Piccolo? Why does Usopp sound like Krillin? But it's something like it works.
Yeah, honestly, and you know what? And I will, I'll stand on this. I don't care. I came off of beating World Seeker last year, and that shit's in Japanese. And I shit you not, I'm like hearing Gomu Gomu no nonstop every time you do a
Yeah,
fucking attack.
people love that.
Uh
Yeah, people
I'm
love
like,
that. I can't get into it like that. My brother
I'm like,
watches
dude,
like
shut
nearly
up.
everything in Japanese now, and even One Piece, and I'm like, dog, I don't know how you do this.
Like I had to mute that game at a certain point as I was going for the platinum because hearing you scream your daggone attack over and over, it does not help me. So yeah, y'all can keep Japanese Luffy. But back on topic here though. Since
Well, we were still within the ballpark. We were still within that ballpark, man. We
Okay,
were
all
still
right, all right,
within it.
fine. All right. You know, I will have to give it to Denji too. Gojo comes at a close second for me. And Aniega over there, since I was the one who watched this daggone final chapters and
That's
shit.
another reason why you're here.
I'm like, okay. Yeah, I can't really knock Yuki Kaji because yeah, that man really does work. And with his screaming as Aaron, like, it's like, dude, how are you and Pappenbrook not hoarse or lost your voice at this point? Like, I'm not even kidding when I ask that.
I mean that was one of the things that really turned me off to the show was him screaming and saying the same crap over and over. I couldn't do it.
But now we're at the certain point where the series where it's just like Aaron's just fucking dead inside because mass genocide. I'm not gonna get into it, but y'all know exactly what I'm
You
talking
can
about.
save it for later. Look, I'm gonna give you your time
All
for
right,
all
all
the
right.
Attack on Titan slander because I know you don't. I know you don't try as soon as the thing ended. I'm just like, why don't you do a video on it? He's like, no, nope. Everybody else has done videos on it. They've
No, not only
already
that, but AOT fans will just, oh my god,
look,
I don't know
man.
who's worse.
Yeah, I know what you're about to say, and yes, yeah.
I don't know which. I'll say this right now. We'll move on. I don't know who's worse. Sometimes when it comes to anime fans, especially with certain like animes, they like and you don't like. It's like this is like trying to fight wrestling fans. Sometimes, man, I'm not even kidding. And I'm in both spectrums, and I'm like, oh, y'all are just.
Just they're very intolerant. They're very very intolerant. But
Just, I'm thankful that you are not in the wrestling spectrum because it's so much worse. It's like I'll move on from this and I'll hold that for later. But yeah, Denji's voice actor, please, I'll give it to him.
all right. What's the next one? Best ending sequence. Now this one, let me pull out my phone. So I got notes and
Oh,
stuff about
you got notes.
I had to take notes of like I woke up at like what 6 o'clock or whatever. I usually wake up early, so I was like, you know what? Let me go through these openings. You sent me
This man's got ghosts.
you
This
sent me
man's
the
is like
Jujutsu
ghost writing
Kaisen
in his
one.
sleep.
You sent me the Jujutsu Kaisen one, and actually, I forgot to watch the ending. I forgot to watch the. I'm trying to think that I
Yeah, I
watched
forgot to
the
send
ending
that
for
to you.
Jujutsu Kaisen. I watched the opening. I don't think I watched the ending part. I could be wrong, but I don't think I watched the ending part. But the ending sequence. So just to go through the categories real quick. Akari from Jujutsu Kaisen, Happiness of the Dead, Zombie 100. Uh, this one from Demon Slayer. I'm not gonna try to pronounce it. Color from Spy Family. I'm just gonna say Denji's theme from Chainsaw Man. For some reason, I thought this wasn't the Maximum Hormone one. It is. I don't know. They should have the artist's name up there. I mean, I know they're talking about the ending sequence, but still, having the artist's name up there for like the song and everything would have helped. But
Yes, yes.
Mephisto from Oshinokoi. So, look, man. So we
Oh, they
talk
do
about.
have it up there, but you got to click on it. You got to
Oh,
click
they
on it.
do.
Yeah. Wow, that's
Oh,
stupid.
okay.
They
Okay.
should put it
I feel
underneath it
dumb.
though.
I feel dumb. Um, but yeah, as far as these endings go, so I got a problem with these picks. First of all, these are safe picks, very safe picks.
All right.
Demon Slayer, I don't know. First of all, I need to. Well, you go look that up for a second, because this I don't know why this is here. I was
Okay.
fixing my food. I was warming up my breakfast and was watching it. And I had to warm my food back up because I was just sitting up there. I was flabbergasted. My mouth was open. I was like, why is this up here? It's literally just a bunch of static images. That's all it is. It's a bunch of static images. There's just a little bit of animation in the beginning, a little bit of animation in the at the ending. But other than that, if this was a My Hero or a Fire Force ending, that would not be up here. Demon Slayer
Wow.
fans, y'all gotta admit that this
Okay.
crap did not deserve to be up here.
Why is this on here?
Maybe it's because it's the song. Maybe it's the song, but we're talking about best ending sequence, not the song.
Uh-uh.
Yes, the
It-
song is part of it, but we're talking about the sequence. We're talking about the animation, the camera work, all that crap that goes into it. That does not
nah.
deserve to be up here.
Yeah, that's too safe. That's way too safe.
You see what I mean?
Yes, I just saw it. I'm skipping
It's
through it. I'm like,
it's
yes,
freaking
there's the action.
ridiculous. And you know
With
what's
me.
crazy? They missed out on so many other ending sequences. Like, why isn't High Card's ending sequence was way better than that. I sent that to you before. I think you might remember what it is.
Yeah, I do. I
The
do.
characters they're like jamming out in the car. They're like lip syncing to the song. It like what? And it's more memorable. There's nothing memorable about the bunch of freaking static images. I know what it is. Y'all just like that pink haired, green haired character. It's like what?
He's coming for throats today.
And then magical destroyers. I know you remember the ending to that. Both the
Yeah.
ending and the opening sequence. So first of all, the ending song is beautiful. Beautiful song. Very kind of chill, well, I won't even say ominous, but great song. And then the visuals are weird. Very weird imagery. It's like this stuff sticks in your head. All Demon Slayer joint is just literally just images. So that was dumb. That was dumb. But what I will say is I did look at Spy Family's joint, and I will say that one I can see why that's there, because there's actual camera work in there. It follows the characters as they're like living their lives or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So, and then also the song is catchy. Like as soon as I saw it the first time, I played it back a couple more times. I'm like, okay, I can see why that's there. I can see why that's there. But yeah, so Demon Slayer, get that out of here. Happiness of the Dead, I rewatched that part. I think even though the opening, well, I'll talk about the opening later, but I feel like the ending's not as strong as the opening. The song's
Thank
cool.
you.
Okay, you see, I thought it was just me. I thought it was just me.
No. This isn't just me just agreeing with him just for agreeing with him. No. The opening for Zama 100, and this is for someone who's watched the entire series, is so much better than the ending. It's not even funny. It's not even a competition. I don't know why this is on here.
Yeah, it's weird. It's because it's a big show and we love to look. You gotta judge this fairly. That should not be up there. Look, Spy, what was it? Spy Classroom. That had a better end. That has two endings that are better than that. two endings. They're just more. There are better shows that had, well, not better shows, but like shows that had better endings that should have been up here. That should have had a nomination. So that's ridiculous. That doesn't need to be here. I can't again. I can't speak to Akari. Matter of fact, if you well, I'll let you go now, and then I'm gonna try to just like look it up right quick on my phone. So just
Okay,
take
so
over.
it's I mean, it's basically just it's more okay. Here's what part one of season 2 is for Jujutsu Kaisen. It's basically Gojo's uh past. It's basically his past and how he was set up to be like the Jujutsu Kaisen the best student
That's
and
what
shit.
I got. That's what I got out of it from just looking, from just seeing images throughout the year. Because like I said before in the other video, like Jujutsu Kaisen basically blew up the feed when it came to whether you were on Twitter or YouTube. So I couldn't help but be exposed to it. So I was like, okay, so I'm guessing they're focusing on this dude and not really focusing on Itadori because I'm not seeing a
Yeah,
lot of
if you're
him.
basically yeah. So long story short, it's basically just it's both Gojo and Ghetto's like past and how
Ghetto.
like they basically get their friendship gets nuked because of like a big thing in this arc. So it's Ghetto is a dude with long hair after, so that's who he looks like um
The black haired
after this
dude.
shit. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So
I'm gonna
it
be honest with
explains.
you.
Hmm?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh
It's
no.
it. No. I'll give it to part two over this. I'll,
As
I'll
far
tell
as
you
like,
right now.
I'm just saying the ending sequence. I'm just like,
Yeah, I know.
yeah, brother. I
It's
don't
just don't
think,
work for me, brother.
yeah. So I think out of all these, now that I've seen all of them, and we haven't talked about Mephisto. Definitely, that's definitely good too, as far as like the song choice, the lyrics, and the visuals matching up with the song and everything. But I just think it's no contest. You have to give it to Dingy Steam.
No,
If
I'm not
not,
even gonna.
like if
Let's not even front. Let's not even front no more. Okay, let's just say what we're all thinking here. Okay, Maximum Harmon still brings it to this very day, even after all these years since Death Note. Okay, and they still be bumping, they still rock, and this and this thing was
they just need to freaking release the God Star song.
reached the whole daggone theme at this point because this is ridiculous. As far as Chainsaw Man's endings go, there was an ending sequence for every single
Yep.
episode. There's no other anime that has ever done that before. To my knowledge,
Not
I've
well.
never seen that
Mappa did
before.
have an anime. It was a music anime. I did a review for listeners. They did do something like that. So they've done it
Okay,
before.
okay. It's still Mappa. It's
Yeah,
still
it's
Mappa.
still
No one
Mappa.
do be doing it.
Yeah.
Nobody doing it like Mappa then. Okay. But nah, 200 million centimeter long blades. Nah, this is one of the most trippiest endings I've ever seen. And I was like, and when I first heard it, I'm like, is that Maximum the Harp? I
Yeah,
instantly
you
knew
could
who it
tell.
was
You could tell.
because I still bump to these daggone songs to
Yep.
this day. So when I heard it, I'm like, is that them? Is that them? So I'm like, okay. And then you got one of the most trippiest ending sequences ever. It's like you basically told the story of the entire show with just this. And I'm like, why isn't this the fucking opening?
Right. Like it's one of those moments where like yeah, the opening could be the ending could be the opening. It wouldn't even
Yes.
matter.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's
So
like
yeah,
I think like what's so cool about it is like there's this one and it always sticks out in my head that part where it's like Makima and she's like an angel and then it's like Denji is like reaching out to her and then there's so many different
yes.
parts to the song where like it'll just like switch up like it's
Oh my god. It's layers to this shit, basically.
yeah. So I think like between like I think objectively speaking it's between color and the Chainsaw Man theme. I think Oshi no Koi could also get it, but as far as these other three, I don't think so.
No, I'm giving it to the 200 million.
Okay, so we did ending, so now we gotta do best opening.
Oh
And
boy, I have yet to see what this looks like. Oh
oh, you
no.
did it? Oh, so best opening is Idol, it's Kickback, Where Our Blue Is, Innocent Arrogance, which I did not expect that to be up here,
Wow.
Song of the Dead, and Work. So
Oh,
I'm gonna let you
this
go ahead and go first.
this is gonna be difficult for me because I like Kickback. I know I was just shitting on it earlier, but I do like it because when you look at like exactly what they're referencing with the whole
Right.
opening,
It's
I'm like,
some of them
oh
are
my
deep. Some of them are
god.
deep cuts because some of the movies I haven't even seen, but some are
I'm
like,
like
oh,
Reservoir
Pulp Fiction.
Dogs.
Okay.
Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, they went in their bag with this. Wow,
Yeah,
okay.
it is something that really sticks out because like when going back through all of it, when going back through all these opening sequences, I'm like, okay, which one really sticks in your head? Which one makes an impression? And like, I like Innocence and Arrogance. There's some cool visuals with that, but it's not something that's like blow your mind. It's the song is really good, but like the visuals,
Uh,
okay, is okay. Song of the Dead. The reason why I don't even think that deserves to be up here just for the fact that there was those production delays and it wasn't finished at first, so they kept reusing the animation from the show. But then when they finally finished it, it looks great. But I just feel like you can kind of replace that with something else, even though it
yeah.
was good. But like I said, I'm gonna let you go. My bad. Didn't mean to cut you off.
That's fine. It's fine. I don't know. Song of the Dead. You got like zombies bumping in the theme and all that, and I'm like, okay, all right. And also, you also have Kana Boone doing the theme song for it. I'm like,
Yep, they don't
okay,
miss.
they never do. They never fucking do. So I'm like, okay, I like this one. And for Where Our Blue Is, Tetsuya brings it regardless of what song it is because he was doing like he did um Thousand Year Blood Art, Thousand Year Blood Wars theme.
Yeah, you sent
Um,
me that one. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So that was good, and I'm like, okay, this basically is just showing Gojo and Ghetto's like teenhood before like shit happens and they go their separate ways and shit before Ghetto becomes like one of the main bad guys of the show. So it's like, okay, this is good for part
Wait
one
a minute.
of season two. Yes.
Okay, I
Huh?
don't. I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm
Go
like,
ahead.
you saying that just you know what it's reminding me of, right?
Don't do it. Don't
Okay,
go
I'm
ahead.
not.
No, no,
Yep.
no, no. Pop. Go ahead. No.
I'm just like, okay, you saying that? I'm like, wait a minute. Is this not Obito and Kakashi again?
I mean, it has a giant twist to it.
Okay,
it's not
okay.
just
If
him,
you say so.
okay? It's not. It's not.
Okay,
I know. I
okay.
know. I know what what the reference is, but it's not just him, okay?
Okay, okay.
And besides, what they do, what season two, part two brings, I'm like, I'm not even kidding. You think it's gonna go one way, but it's just like, oh yeah, uh, I'm gonna go this way with it. Y'all can go suck one. That's what basically the reference is, bro.
So is it as good as the thing that happens in Chainsaw Man later on?
It's up there for me. For me, it's up
Okay.
there. For me, because of just it's I wouldn't even call it shock value. It's like, good lord, y'all was
It's
just
just a
out to
good
get
twist.
y'all asses. Huh?
It's just a good twist.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So for me, I'm gonna have to give it the kickback. I know Idols were probably gonna be yours, and I still yet to look at this daggone show. But
I'm trying to think which one did I choose. I think I chose Chainsaw Man. I believe I chose Chainsaw Man. And the reason why, obviously, I said it earlier, it's really sticks. I think it sticks in your head a lot more with
yeah,
those visuals between the references, just the clear references, freaking Denji and Power dancing at the end, which that just gave me just life when I was first watching the show in the first when it first came out. I just really enjoyed seeing that part, and then just the visuals itself, just very beautiful looking uh, uh, opening. But
uh-huh.
Idol, see the thing with Idol, like I like the song. The song really works with the character. Well, we'll talk about the song later since it's also nominated. But the visuals, I still kind of feel like the visuals aren't as good as the actual music video for Idol, the one that they did. I and like going through work again. So going through work. So okay, so I'm just gonna look at my notes right quick though for
Good.
this. Well, hold up. Why did I? Okay, so I have written here Bochi. I don't know why I wrote Bochi down here. Like it had the opening sequence up there. So okay, my bad with that. Hell's Paradise though, it has some striking visuals to it. It's weird because it's kind of seems like Mappa does a lot of these like standing and walking shots with both that and Jujutsu Kaisen. And it's funny because when I was talking about this the first time, the thing that stuck out in my head about work is basically characters just standing around and walking. That was the only thing I could remember from it. But when I was rewatching it, I'm like, okay, yeah, there's some actual good visuals to it, and a lot of good smooth transitions. But other than that, it's not something that really sticks in your head, man. The song though, the song is very good, but I think with Jujutsu Kaisen, man, maybe this is the outside opinion. Maybe see, hearing you talk about it, hearing you talk about where they're at in the show, maybe it resonates more with people that have seen the show than me as an outsider who's only seen a couple episodes. Because I'm just like, okay, this is all right. You said the song is good. I think the song is okay. It's just like nothing really stood out. I felt like this had like very basic visuals, um, good animation, good transitions. Like it's not bad. It's like don't take it like I'm saying it's bad at all. I just like compared to Kickback,
Dude, how long
compared.
we've known each other? How long have we known each other at this
Well, I'm
point?
just saying just a look because look
Good.
just for the audience, just for the people listening. Because it's not like I'm coming off like I don't want to come off as like I'm bashing Jujutsu Kaisen. And
Yeah,
I'm just
I
saying
know
that
that.
yeah. See, well that's what I'm trying to say. Like I know that you know that it's like not like that. Like I'm not doing that, but it's just like this doesn't really stand out when you compare it to work or when you compare it to idol or kickback. That's just for me, but I just would give it the kickback.
Now, I you say kickback. Like it come where our blue is for me comes off like kind of short, especially with you are my special with part two with season two, part two with Shibuya arc. For me, I'm like that just smokes this for me. So kickback and Song of the Dead comes like actually Song of the Dead 2, Where Our Blue is 3, and Kickback 1 for me. So yeah. This is the stuff I've seen, by the way.
Yeah,
Everything else I'm like I still because Heavily Delusion I still have to look at. Even Hulu keeps like throwing that at me every time I log on the app. I'm like, I will look at it one day. Okay. Like, I'm not even kidding. I turn it on and it's just like, it's right there, dub. I'm like, okay. At some point, I
very
will
good
do
show,
it.
sir. Very good show. But
I will do it. And I've heard you, and with your recommendation, I'm like, okay, I know I'm going to enjoy this. Whenever I finally be like, okay, I got nothing else on, just go ahead and watch it. Okay. So yeah, kickback for me.
yeah, okay. So, and I think the next one is best song. I think after that,
The
no,
score.
it's best score.
What the hell is this?
Yeah.
What the hell is this?
So Attack on Titan, Chainsaw Man, Suzume, Demon Slayer, Bocchi Rock, and
I got a
Oshino
bone to
Koi.
pick with. I got a bone to pick with these people who pick this shit.
Go ahead and go
Oh
off.
my god. Oh, what is this? This is dog shit.
I
I'm
feel
sorry.
like,
Go ahead.
dude, I feel like Reign of the Seven Spellblades could have been up there too. And then, honestly, I'm gonna probably mention it again. I think Friedman should be nominated. It should have been nominated for a lot of these categories.
Shit, Trigun should be on here.
Because Friedman
Uh-uh.
also has a really good soundtrack. But
I'm
out of
not even
all,
kidding when sorry.
oh no, go ahead.
Nah. Jujutsu Kaisen should be on here because oh my god, the jazz in that shit goes heavy in season two, part one. I'm not even kidding. When I actually listened to this shit and I was watching, I'm like, oh my god, what are y'all doing in that booth in there? What is going on? Y'all don't even have to go this hard. But I don't see it on here. So what the fuck?
Yeah, like When I got to this category the first time, I'm trying to think back to like not just the opening and the ending, not just some of the battle themes or anything. And I'm like, the things that like stood out to me, I'm like, it would be either between Ochi no Koi or Bochi the Rock. And Bochi the Rock, there's a show about music. It's a slice of life show about music. So
Okay, that makes sense.
like that,
That
and like if you've even like you can look up Bochi the Rock. There's actually songs in the show that actually sound really good. Same thing I can
okay.
say about Oshi no Koi. It has some very good performances, very good songs. I think I gave this one to Oshi no Koi though, because like first of all, Idol, the opening, and then obviously I mentioned that last performance they did, Star T Rain. That's good. There's just a lot of good music in that. Uh, Suzume, I've only heard the opening for that because we'll get into that later, but
Uh-huh.
I haven't watched that at all. And then, man, Demon Slayer music is good, but there's certain man.
It's not all that.
I can't really speak on that. I'm not even gonna attempt to speak on that. So
They're gonna come for us regardless, man. You might as well.
man, I feel like they are really propping up Demon Slayer. Like there was not like there wasn't just 10 other good shows that y'all could have put up there. I don't know. I don't know. Oshi no Koi for me though.
Okay, I've only seen two of this entire list, and okay, yeah, I'll give it to the people who do Attack on Titan score and shit. Okay, I'll give that one to you too.
I've said this before. This music does not work for me.
It's okay. Chainsaw Man, I'm gonna have to give it Chainsaw Man because it's like it's the only other option, and I've only seen two of these this entire list, so it's like okay, Chainsaw Man for me.
See, the thing. So before we move on, it's just like, well, there are years where I've done this, and it's like, oh, well, I haven't seen this or I haven't seen this, but it's more like, oh, I haven't seen this because like I focus so much of my attention on trying to watch a variety of shows. I'm not just going out there. Oh, this is the most big, popular show, so I gotta keep up. Like at a certain point, I do need to keep up with certain shows, but at the
Yeah,
same time, I might miss something. I might miss something big. Well, not big. Well, I might miss like a hidden gem, like Bochi. Like Bochi, no, nobody was checking for Bochi. Nobody was checking for Bochi. Nobody was checking for Wonder Egg Priority and stuff like that. But if you don't go out there and look for those shows, and then people praise those shows, like that, like they're not gonna get that exposure.
yeah, that makes sense.
Best anime song: Idol, Kickback, Suzume, Work, Seisayun Complex, and Where Our Blue Is. For this, I
Wow,
give.
these are
Oh,
God,
good.
good God, I'm noticing repeats.
Yep, and that was another criticism I've seen so many people talk about, well, comment on in the comment section. It's like, okay, what is with like the same shows getting the same nominations, same shows are getting nominations in other categories. Like they didn't. You can like it really comes off as, oh, we only watch these handful of shows because these were the shows that were really popular, were really popping. We didn't go out of our way to you know just scour the internet for different shows to watch or whatever.
Yeah.
Because it's like
Uh
it's the same crap. So it's and for me, like I said, Idol. I think you have like you. I feel like Idol is the only choice you could really. Like I kind of feel like Idol is the default choice. Like it's the one that broke records. It
yeah.
broke records. It broke the main screen because it was even some group used it as a song to dance to on America Got Talent. I was surprised, but like my mom was watching it and I just suddenly hear Idol. I'm like, wait a minute, because I had my earphones on at first, and then like I started hitting the. I was like, wait, hold on. I had to take my choice. I was like, wait a minute, that's Idol. What? Okay, so we're breaking the main screen. I think it also broke Spotify records. I think, and then obviously the video that they have uploaded on YouTube that also broke records. And the song is just really good. It really fits the character. Same thing. I could say the same thing with Seisayun Complex. But yeah, I would give it to Idol. If it wasn't for Idol, then I might give it to Seiyun Complex.
Um, Idol, I guess, or
Nah, man, you don't look. You do not have to piggyback on me.
all
Whatever
right, all
person,
right, all right,
since
all
you
right. I
gotta
will be
look.
I will be me. I've been doing good up to this point. All right, I'll continue to
I
be.
was just giving you my reasoning.
No,
I'm
okay,
just
all
giving you
right.
my reason.
Since I can only say for two of these, okay, still gotta watch Bochi and Oshinoko. All right,
I've sent you these before, so it's not like you haven't heard them.
I know,
The only
but
one you haven't heard was Suzume, and I listened to that earlier, and I'm trying to figure out why it's here. It's not a bad song, but I'm trying to figure out why it's here. I haven't heard nobody talk about none of the music in that.
I don't know.
And like I said before, I've listened to Work, I've listened to Kickback, I've listened to these songs on repeat, so I can say with absolute certainty that like yeah, Idol is it, at least for
okay.
me.
All right, for you. In terms of actually watching the daggone series, okay. I only see two of these. Okay, actually looking at them. In terms of repeats, I'm gonna be weird and just say I've listened to where our blue is for like a good minute. Like it's in the rotation is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So for me, I'll go with that.
Okay. And it's fine because like you have more attachment to it, so those lyrics and everything it just all.
I'm telling you,
But
it had to grow on me after like both of season one's like intro tracks, and I'm like,
yeah, well,
what's
that
up
was the
to
same thing with me and Zombie 100 opening. At first, I was like, okay, I don't really like this, but it grew on me eventually.
yeah. Okay, what is must protect at all? Oh
Yeah,
my god!
so
All right,
so here's the thing. So they had this category. I want to say 2 years ago because they didn't have it the last year, and then they brought it back this year. And I feel like they brought it back because hey, Boji's back, and oh, we got Boji, we got Boji, and we have Boji. I keep getting these names, keep screwing up the names, but they got that, and then they got Anya. And so I feel like there's another category where they had safe choices. I'm looking at my phone right now. I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to because I had some notes here on this. Hold on. But yeah, these are a lot of safe choices though. Oh yeah, so I think there was like three that I was like, I'm surprised these are not up here. Akane and Takada from My Clueless Best Friend. This is how I know y'all don't be watching nothing because I feel like I'm like one of like maybe 30 people that watch that show. You might not be familiar with it. It's like about these little kids. This little girl gets basically I don't say bullied, but you know how kids are. They pick on each other because of how she
yeah.
looks. They call her the Grim Reaper. And then there's this kid who becomes their friend because she has no friends. There's this kid that becomes their friend. He's from a different town. He moves there, and while everybody's basically insulting her and everything, he'll take something negative they say and then spin around and say something very sweet to her. But he's clueless about it. He's oblivious to it. And
Oh,
these
two faced,
scenes, huh?
two faced.
Not like that, but
Okay,
it's more so he's like he doesn't know he doesn't really know the context of like how nice he's being really. And
okay.
it's a really cute show. It's a really adorable show, and both of these two characters I thought should be up here. Soletta, I kind of see why they put her up here, but I feel like you could take her off. Same thing with this character from Buddy Daddies. I don't know how this got up here. I really don't. Maybe I'm out of the loop because you're the only one of us who's on Twitter. You can tell me if you saw people hyping up Buddy Daddies and this
I'm
character.
telling you right now, I did
Cause
not.
I was
I'm
like,
like,
who in the world is this?
and I'm like, I know of this, okay, and I'm like, I don't even see nobody hyping this up. Usually, shit like this would be like blowing up left and right, but No, I've seen people more hyped up for Pochita than I had for Buddy Daddies, man.
Yeah, I was like the vibe I got as soon as I saw it. It's like, oh, it's just Spy Family, but with two dudes.
Or Anya. I can't escape Anya.
Yeah,
Like, oh,
I said that
I
before. Yep, can't escape her.
Lord. Even in memes, I don't. I'm surprised my phone isn't full of those daggone memes, man. But I'm like, no, no, no. You know how many memes I sent you.
Yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
like, so nah, no,
But yeah,
no. Why is this here?
I don't like. I don't think why. Like, I don't understand why Pochita's here. I mean, he's like barely in it. Like, he's not really in it a lot. A lot. Yeah, is a significant character, important to Denji, but you could kind of take him off too. So I feel like Akane and Takeda should be here. There was another character that I thought of earlier. I forgot who it was though, and I'm probably gonna think of it once we move past once we move past this. But I think it would be between Boji and Anya. I gave it to Soletta because I do like the character. I do think she's awkward in this endearing way, but Boji, I can see why they put that there. It's kind of a cheat for Boji. Same thing with Anya. I can see why Bochi is there also, but
Mm.
I gave it to Soletta, but it's really not something I'm like super invested in. Oh yeah, I know
Uh,
who it was. It was. No, what matter of fact, there's two characters you could put up here. Carol from Tomo-chan, and and Anna
oh,
from The Dangers in My Heart, a show that freaking got snubbed, but we'll talk about that later.
okay.
Both of those should have been up here too, or could have been up here. So, but I would have chose Soletta. Well, I chose Soletta. So
Well, for me, it's either Pocha or Anya, and Anya I've seen way more clips of than I ever want to admit because I do like that's how I know of like really know of what's going on with Spy X Family because I'm like I gotta look at this at some point probably,
yeah, same.
and
After looking
and
at that ending, I'm like, yeah,
it's either your or Anya who I see more of, okay,
yeah.
and
I
I'm like
mean, the
I
character
get
is
it
so big; she has her own game coming out.
exactly. So
I was
for
like, who asked
simplicity,
for this?
so for simplicity's sake, I'm gonna go Anya and we gonna move on.
Yeah, because we both not that invested in the category. So okay, so supporting character, Hangizo from
What the
Attack on Titan,
fuck? Wait
Regan
a minute.
from Mob,
Oh god. Okay. No, sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. I read
Connor
that wrong.
from Oshinokoi, Power from Chainsaw Man, um, Geto from Jujutsu Kaisen, and Gojo. Go ahead and say what you gonna say.
All right. Why the fuck is I get why they did this, but it's just like, really, really, did we really need to spill two slots of
Yup,
Jujutsu Kaisen? That
absolutely.
no,
I
no.
mean, to be fair, on YouTube, all I keep seeing is, "Oh my God, Gojo! Oh my God, Geto!" I mean, that's what I keep seeing. So I don't. So
Do you see why the creator hates this man? You see now.
what?
Did I not tell you? Did I? I could have sworn I told you.
Nah.
Okay, derailing a bit. Geiji hates Gojo. He hates this man's popularity. He hates how he wrote him, and even he's like, I hate this dude, and he even hates the popularity he's gotten over here in the States. He's like, oh, what the fuck have I
Maybe he'll
done?
kill him.
uh
I mean,
you know,
I can't speak on him, but the little small impression I got of him was, oh, it's fun Kakashi.
oh,
That's all
it's
I got.
Kakashi, but more OP.
It's fun Kakashi.
Yeah. So, unnecessary to have like Geto and Gojo here at the same time, but I get it. But I'm like, Power, I completely understand. Hanji, I'm like, I know why y'all put her up here. I know exactly why, but
I'm guessing that's just a later character that comes up. I've never heard of this character, so it must be something I
glasses,
haven't.
glasses,
Yeah.
the chick with glasses.
Is that the the red hair chick
Yeah,
with long hair. Is that the one
yeah.
that was like she kind of crazy? She was like
Gushing over Titans. Yes, yes,
oh
sir.
my god, I hated that character when I watched the show. What? That one? Look, I barely I only watched like what the first season and season 3 stuff from the that special that I watched.
Yes.
What?
That.
Because I'm thinking the whole time I would see they should have had a picture of these characters. They should have had a picture of these characters. Then
dude, click on it. Click on it. Click on it.
See, I'm looking. Oh, am I thinking about the same? I thought she had long hair. Maybe she cut it.
No, it's always been in a daggone ponytail.
Oh my god, bro. Whatever. Whatever. I'm like the only female that I remember from that show that I'm like, okay, if someone was like gun to your head, I know you don't like the show, but hey, what's the best female character in that show? From the little bit that you've seen. Oh, Historia. That's it. I like,
anyway.
Yeah, but yeah, that just blows my mind. Cause I was like, the whole time I'm thinking, okay, the whole time I'm thinking that's like a dude, some character that comes in later that I don't know nothing about.
This is why you need me on here. This is why you need my ass on here.
Yep. But I will say this before you go: Power definitely stole every scene that she was in. Kana, good character. Reagan, can't say nothing about him.
You need to finish Mob.
I need to.
Good lord!
But also a scene stiller.
Yes. Okay. As I was saying, besides the Haji shit, Reagan completely steals every scene he's in, and season 3 is absolutely no different with how it ends. It's like, oh my god, this is probably one of my favorite characters of any anime. So I get why he's here. If I had to give it to somebody, God, to even find Mob on here, I'm like, wow, okay.
Yeah, I forgot, dude. I forgot that came out. I honestly,
I know because it got lost in the shuffle.
Be up here.
Because it got lost in the shuffle, and seeing it on here, I'm like, what the fuck? Huh?
They said they didn't completely forget about it.
I didn't, because that ending was great. Probably give it to Power, and Gojo second place, Reagan third place, Ghetto, your ass, your crazy ass. It's okay. I will say this right now before the Kakashi and Obito conversation comes back up. He has a very good reason to why he is how he is. Okay,
it's
very
not
good
because
reason.
Oh my god, Rick.
No, there's none of that shit. There is none of that shit. How Geiji does this, I'm like, okay, I get it.
So is this supposed to be like their war arc? Is this their what do you compare this to? Is this like Marine Ford or?
No, part 1 of season 2 is basically their teen arc before shit goes down, and shit goes down within this arc, and then that's what kind of sets off really the chain events of what happened in season 1, the movie Zero, and everything else. So really, season
had a movie. I got a lot I got to catch up on.
I know. So really, season 2, part 1 is really the genesis of really this whole series. Basically, this is like how everything sets off in the motion.
Oh, so it's basically like what they did with Kakashi when they had those like 4 or 5 episodes, and they went back and they told his story with Obito and the other characters.
Yes, and Zero is right after this. So if you want to do the timeline, part 1, season 2, part 1, premature arc number 1, movie Zero after this, then season 1. Then
I wonder
season
how
2, part 2.
I would be doing that.
I know how they did this. I'm like, you could have put this as a movie, but
I
get
how
why you
confused
didn't.
I would be doing that. I'm almost tempted to do it like that, but I got the manga to read.
No, but just you gotta give it a second chance, dude. Like, I'm not even kidding.
Because I was like, well, I want to know people. Y'all can go back on the channel. I did a review for the first 2 episodes. It was something that just wasn't really sticking with me at the moment.
No, I'm telling you, like how season 1 structured. I'm like, I get why this is structured like this, because this is basically like, oh, everything's good and shit, everything's good, and then Shibuya arc drops, and it's just like, oh, oh god, Deji, you fucking animal. It's just how this man did everything you see in part 2 of this. I'm like, you're a monster. You're a fucking monster. He probably will laugh at me for saying that too, because he just how it is right now. I'm like, Naruto ain't had the balls to do this. I know for a damn fact, like
Well,
Obito.
like
Oh, you,
the way people have been
you.
talking it up, like I saw some dumb there. It's like, oh my god, they breaking the rules. They breaking the rules. I'm like, okay, what do they do? What do they do?
No, I'm telling you, man. Like it does take from Naruto, but
It feels
it's like,
like again, outside looking in, just that first episode, and we'll move on in a second. We
and it
kind of
does.
getting
It
sidetracked,
does.
but
It it
like it doesn't seem like it just take. Oh, whoa! The first episode, I was like, because you remember you watched the video. I was just like,
yeah.
well, wait a minute, did I just watch Naruto, Bleach, Mob Psycho, Demon Slayer, Blue Exorcist? Did I just watch all of that? It went. That's what it just felt very derivative. But that was
Understandable.
just me first 2 episodes, so.
No, I understand that. I understand that. And again, I cannot like stress like you get really got to give it like a second go through. Honestly, I'd probably recommend going like how I structured it, but or just read the manga at
Well,
first.
that's what. Well, see, my plan was when I bought the two, because I bought the 2 volumes. Again, if I was gonna hate on the show, I wouldn't buy. Why would I buy the manga?
This is
Why
true.
would I
This is
spend
true.
money on the manga? So I bought the manga because I bought the manga for Chainsaw Man, because when Chainsaw Man was about to come out, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I could do a video comparing those two, and then also I can also look at it and just be like, okay, maybe I was wrong about this, or maybe I was right about this, whatever. Because one of my assumptions is, okay, Mappa must have elevated the material, because this kind of comes off as very derivative to me. So
Yeah.
again, I'll give it a fair shake.
Yeah, just like season 1, happy times, season 2 and onward. Oh shit. Oh god. Oh shit goes down. Oh no. Oh no. And I know for a fact Kishimoto didn't put Naruto through all this do the shit that Geiji be putting Itadori through.
Yeah,
That's all I'm
I
gonna
heard
say.
he's a really good character. That's
I'm
what I'm
like,
seeing.
yo, good lord, you're a sadist. You love making this kid suffer. I know you do. You're sick. No, that's just how it is, man. But yeah, if I really had to like give it to somebody, um, yeah, Power takes it for me because it's more recent. Reagan definitely is definitely number 2 for me. So yeah.
Okay, excuse me. Going to the next one. So it's best main character. You have Aaron
Of course
Yeager.
he's on here.
Of course. Aaron Yeager, Denji, Bochi, Mob, Dorfin, and Monkey D. Luffy. I feel like Monkey. I said it again. I said this last time. I was like, Monkey D. Luffy only up here because of Gear 5.
Yeah, I can see
I
that.
feel like if any other character, like let's say Itadori has a transformation, or Gojo or something, it's a new transformation, and it was a big scene. I bet you he would be up here. I bet you they would be up here. It's
No, he
Muggy D.
after
Luffy, Gear
Shibuya arc, he
5.
should be up here. After Shibuya arc, he should be up here. I'm not even kidding. He should be.
Yeah, it's just like Gear 5 just really blew up on the internet, so I feel like that's there.
I couldn't escape that
Dorfin,
ad.
huh?
I could not escape that fucking
Oh
ad.
yeah, they kept playing as an ad. Well, see now they keep, because even earlier they keep showing Jujutsu Kaisen as an ad, and I'm like, man, I'm trying not to get exposed to it right now. I'm trying to
It's just
let me watch the show at my own pace. Like,
shut
don't
up about
spoil
the
stuff
hotel
for me.
blowing up.
Like, that's the thing about the Jujutsu Kaisen community. Like, y'all been blowing up the freaking Twitter and YouTube and everything. Y'all gotta chill out, because y'all with the spoilers. Like, my brother even said that he got spoiled on Twitter.
I'll tell you right
He
now.
wasn't even looking for Jujutsu Kaisen stuff,
I
but he
know.
got spoiled.
I know. It's so much. I don't know who's worse. Like Jujutsu Kaisen fans are becoming like a close second to MHA fans for me
Oh,
because
brother.
they. I'll say this right
the
now.
only ones out there chilling are the Bleach fans and I guess Fire Force fans. Oh, and Black Clover.
Oh God, but yeah, all I gotta say is Gojo Cult. Yeah,
I can believe it. I can believe it.
yes, yes. So go ahead, list them off. List them off.
But
Sorry.
nah, well, yeah, I went through them already. Dorfin,
Yeah.
Mob, Bochi, Denji, Aaron Yeager. I'm trying to think who I chose. Oh yeah, I chose Denji, and it's always reason why. Because, well, you have all these other shonen characters. I'm just gonna re-say what I said last time. You have all these other shonen characters. Oh, I want to be the king of the pirates. I want to be the ninja president. This man just wants to grab boobs and eat food. He the little things in life is precious to him because he didn't have nothing. He didn't have nothing.
He's probably the most relatable main character in a long time too.
Like not only that, well, it's just the way that Fujimoto wrote his character and really everybody in that world. It's more mature. It's different. It's just just the whole work itself is just an anti shonen series.
Yeah.
At least that's my take on it. So I think Denji out of all these, Bochi's a good character. Again, another relatable character. Uh, very socially awkward, but it's done in a funny way. Mob. Well, I'll let you speak on that. But yeah, I'll let you go and go for the other ones because obviously we both haven't seen Vinland Saga season 2. I've seen the first season. I know they did something with Dorfin, and unfortunately, I think I did kind of get a little spoiled to it because of some of the articles coming out. Oh my God, he's just like X character. I'm like, okay, dude, let me watch the show.
Again, I hate shit like that, like so much.
It's like, oh, so you just gonna spoil that for me? Okay, well, there's no point in me watching right now. I just wait.
But all right, Mob pretty much comes in the same category as like as Denji, like almost because you good.
Yeah, sorry.
My co-host is dying,
Oh
ladies and
my.
gentlemen.
I took a sip of some juice and it went down the wrong pipe.
Okay.
Oh man.
Uh, yeah, Mob kind of like falls in the same category. It's just like he has these like extremely dangerous psychic powers, and he wants nothing to do with them. He just wants to live his life as a normal kid. But what season 3 did, it's like it kind of like exposed like all those emotions to the surface, and then it's just like, oh no, this is bad. So yeah, again, go look at season 3. I'm not gonna spoil nothing for you because I'm not a dick. But with how the whole show is structured and everything, he just basically improves over time as each season goes on to really really become a better person.
I
And all
mean,
that. He already
even
was a good
looking at
person.
the season at the opening, it kind of gives you those vibes of just like maturity.
Yeah, and it's just like people are like enamored by the fact, like, oh shit, who is this who's the person with all this psychic powers and all that? They don't even know, and they're like hailing him as like a god or something. He's like, I don't want that.
I remember they had that picture of him and they're like trying to. Yeah, I remember that aspect of it. Yeah.
And Reagan is like using his powers to like do these jobs and all that because it's like, yeah, he's the psychic. He's saying he's a psychic, but it's really Mob who has the power here, and Reagan's a daggone fake. So it's like that's a whole nother thing. But I'm like, how like Mob Psycho is done? I'm like, dude, it is so good. Like how like we start from season 1 to where it ends. It's like, yeah, he's so much better as he's so much better off as he is now than he was when they first started. But when it comes to Denji though, he's the most relatable cute like main character I've seen in like years because we were all teenagers once. We were all teenagers once. I'm not even gonna lie, but it's like having his like this much of a shitty situation for him to like where Chainsaw Man stops as of right now and where it goes on, he still is such a believable main character for me. So for me, it's a toss up between Mob and Denji. Aaron Yeager, I'm not. I ain't.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I okay. You know
Go
what?
ahead and go in.
I'm fucking cap off then. I'm gonna fucking.
But
Let
I
me get
think,
comfortable.
you know what? You can, if you want to do it now or you want to wait because I know it's
I'll
going to be
wait.
nominated again.
All right. All right. All right. Okay. I'll say this much:
So what'd you
I'm not
say?
for genocide.
I'm not for
I ain't
genocide.
for. I ain't for. I ain't for genocide. All right, and I ain't
Oh my
for
god.
all this shit that you do. Okay, it could have been another way, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. Because I'm gonna say that for later on. So, Aaron, get your ass down there, because you fake Chad motherfucker. You know how much shit that I had to look through, people hyping you up and shit with how this ends, man.
Brother,
I'm
you
holding
don't
it in.
understand him. All the YouTube
Oh,
videos, I've seen so many YouTube videos. You don't understand Aaron Yeager. This is a love story.
even to
Da 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 da.
you.
I'm like, please stop.
Neither do you. I don't have no daggone Titan power to make me doing all this shit and make me have a daggone shorter lifespan. And neither do you. Anyway, yeah, Denji versus Mob for me. Denji,
I hope
Denji. If I
Mob
would,
get. I honestly want Mob to get something because it sucks. I mean, I feel like from what you told me, the show is incredible. It ends in an incredible way.
it's one
So
of
it
one's.
deserves. So it deserves
It,
to be over. Well, we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
it's
We're
one
gonna
of
get to it.
one. Yeah, it's the dude who did One Punch Man. Uh, compared to One Punch Man, Mob feels more human than Saitama ever does, and that for me like really helps Mob's character. And again, I cannot stress this enough. Like it really helps his character for me because oh yeah, Saitama can just like yeah, he's a joke character for me because it's like oh he can punch just fucking punch his way out of anything and all that. Yeah, he gets serious from time to time, but it's just like he's fighting God for Christ's sake in the manga. Last I checked, this like there's no coming back from this. Okay, when you're fighting anime God, I'm like I'm done. Nah, okay, we've officially jumped the shark. Actually, the shark jumped and then he punched it in the sky. We're done here. with Mob Psycho, I'm like okay. Not only did you humanize your main character when he has like God powers like he does, but you present it in such a believable way, and with these other psychics around him, it's like, wow, this is so good. I'm like trying so hard not to like spoil nothing for you
Yeah,
because I do
yeah.
want you to experience it at some point. So honestly, now with what you said that, I'm like, I'm gonna have to give it to Mob. I'm gonna have to give it to Mob because so far it's been just such a chainsaw man sweep for
So
me.
like
So
I'll say this and then we can move on. But it's just like I really feel like if this was One Punch Man, we're talking about this. We wouldn't be having that conversation because first of all, it would be nominated for Anime of the Year because I feel as though Mob is really it's really a I don't want to say an acquired taste type of show, but it's not. I wouldn't say it's as mainstream as One Punch Man. Like I can't like I tried to get my brother into it, and I don't think he watched all the episodes. It's something that like somebody like him who likes to watch a lot of action shows and stuff. He likes to watch like Jujutsu Kaisen and Dragon Ball and
mhm,
all that type of stuff. Like people like that, like the main screen might not really care too much for Mob just because how it is
unfortunately.
the art style and everything. Because that was one of the things that when I was watching that at first, I was like, ugh, this is why does this look like this was made in paint? So like, it's one of those things that you gotta really just give a chance.
If you know one style of art, then you know why it looks like this.
Right.
That's that man's art style. And he's like, I ain't changing shit for no one. And I respect that. He's like, oh, so editor's telling him like this isn't appealing, and only gets appealing when fight scenes and all that. I'm like, and he's like, I don't give a fuck. You either
Then he
like it or
got
don't.
somebody to redraw all his because his drawings weren't too good, so he just
Yeah, it was
yeah.
like
But that
it's
just
like
shows you how good the story is.
I know. So yeah.
But yeah, okay. So next one is best slice of life. I don't even know if you watched any of these.
Oh
Bochi
god.
the Rock. So we got Bochi the Rock. Do It Yourself. Insomniacs After School. Horimiya, The Missing Pieces. My Love Story with Yamada Kun at level 999. And Skip and Loafer. Uh, you watched any of these or no?
I'm gonna tap out on this.
Yeah,
All you
yeah.
buddy.
So now this is my category. So
All you
most
buddy.
of the shows I watch, I don't know if I said this before, but most of the shows I watched last year was like fantasy shows, rom
uh-huh.
coms, and slice of life stuff. It's like
Uh,
nowadays, it's like when it comes to like action shows and stuff, I'll catch it later on, but I'll say this about Do It Yourself. I think I said this in the video I put up, but I rewatched that show multiple times during Christmas Eve and Christmas of 2022, or no, 2023. Very good show, very entertaining, cozy, relaxing show. With this category, we're looking at basically the characters living their day-to-day lives. How fun is that? How entertaining is that? And when I'm looking at that, obviously Bochi with her awkwardness and everything, it's always fun to see that part. But I feel like in Climax After School, like they could have taken that out. I feel like the best part of that show is the drama, because maybe this is a hot take, but I kind of felt like it got dull at certain points. It's because the supporting characters and really even the main dude is just not very, I don't know, not very entertaining to watch. Now, that's not to say that the lead characters are bad or anything, because they're not. They're layered. They have their issues with sleeping and everything like that. And there's deep reasons as to why, but it's just like, as far as me watching as a slice of life show, nah, I think something like Saint Cecilia, Pastor Lawrence, like that should have been up here compared to something like that. Skip and Loafer, I've only seen one episode and it put me to sleep. I gotta give that show a fair shake at some point. It didn't really look too appealing to me, and I do wonder again. This was just another category where I'm like, I'm not sure what y'all watch, because again, Dangers in My Heart, that's another one that should have been here. I feel like that should have been here. You could even put Farming Life in Another World. That was a good show. But again, I feel like I don't want to say it's a conspiracy. I don't want to say it's a controversy. But man, High Dive, I feel like they don't want to. And I saw a few people comment this on the comment section of the Anime Awards thing. It's like I feel as though they don't want to promote High Dive shows as much. And that would totally make sense, because look what's not here. Kubo, Won't Let Me Be Invisible, that's not here. Farming Life from Another World, like I just mentioned. Like, there's a lot of stuff that's not being nominated that probably should be. But Horimiya, I only seen the first season. I said this before, I feel like the main relationship, like if you take it just those two characters, cool. But the relationship itself, as far as the romance part, no. Slice of life part of it, though, watching these characters, it was all right, just from what I remember from season 1. But I have to, like, if I had to give it to one, I'd give it to Do It Yourself. My love story with Yamada-kun, that's also a good one. But the comedy part of that is what really stuck out to me. That and the presentation, probably one of the best produced rom-coms out there for last year. But I'll probably give it to Do It Yourself. We'll go ahead and move on, since I know you have nothing to say about that one, though.
Yeah, only Yamada-kun I remember is Yamada-kun and the Seven Witches, and that was like 5 years ago.
What the heck is that?
Oh my
I've
god,
never
you ain't
heard of
seen
that?
that?
Nah. Dude, there's probably some shows that you've seen that I haven't seen, because I've never heard of it. Yeah, I've never heard of it.
Yeah, the dub's on here for free on YouTube. The first episode on YouTube is for free, so you can gauge that one.
I mean, if it's on Crunchyroll or High Dive, I can watch it.
It's on there. It's on there.
Okay, so best drama. Now you can go off on Attack on Titan. We got Attack on Titan, Ocean Heavenly Delusion, To Your Eternity Season 2, My Happy Marriage, and Vinland Saga Season 2. So I will say this before you go off on Attack on Titan. Saw a little bit of Season 2 of To Your Eternity. Loved the first season. It was in my top, I want to say that it was in my top 5 of 2022, whenever that came out. Very emotional show. Just I don't know. Have you seen that show yet?
Not yet.
Nah, dude. If you watch that show, just don't get. All I'm gonna say is don't get attached to these characters, guys. Don't get attached. Don't get attached.
No.
It's a lot. It's a lot of emotional, sad moments in there, man. I think the only thing was like my gripe as far as season 1, and I can't remember too much of season two because, like I said, I only watched the first few episodes, but it was good what I saw of it.
Mm.
But I didn't get too deep into it to really be able to judge. But just the animation for season one, I thought could have been better. But my pick definitely was Heavenly Delusion. But I'm gonna let you go and go off on Attack on Titan verse.
Okay. Okay, dog, I'll do
I know
that.
you got a lot to say.
Drama, huh? Okay, okay. Y'all know how many people were like hoping Aaron would do the dirty and finally just, you know, axe most the daggone world. Yeah, you realize how many people were hoping he'd do that? Or hoping he'd do the full genocide run? Do you? I don't think you do. Because there's too much of that. Also, drama?
Yeah, that's what get man. That's what gets me because
Oh God! Okay.
freaking what's his face? So Giga. I remember one year watching him do his votes and everything, and it was like between Attack on Titan and 86. He was like, oh well, you know, it's not the action scenes, it's the drama, it's the character drama. I'm like, brother, I've only seen a little bit of this, but I'm like, it's a no for me, dog. It's like, but go off.
I'm like, okay. One, why are we trusting Annie, who was frozen from season 2, and then we're just gonna accept the fact that she's just gonna help now? I'm sorry. Last I checked, when she was in a Titan form in season 2, she was like yo-yoing motherfuckers left and right. Yo, y'all comrades, right? Remember? I remember that shit. And I'm like,
That's the female chick with the blonde hair, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Fucking punting people in the sky and like whirling people around like yo-yos and shit. That was y'all comrades, and y'all just gonna trust her to fight Aaron, right? Okay, all right, drama, got it.
So now
okay,
she's good now. Okay.
just all of us just because of decisions. I don't know. Just okay. 2, we finally get to the point where it's just like, okay, Aaron gets taken down, and then what happens? Yeah, one last colossal form out of his ass for whatever reason. And I'm thinking to myself, like, what? Huh? Why is it still going? Oh wait, that fucking tree worm did that shit. Did that come from? Does that ever explain?
When
No?
you told me about that, oh my god.
The tree worm, and then the fact that we have time travel and shit, and Aaron is the reason of why all this shit happened, because he basically is the one that fucking was like, okay, I'm gonna be God, and I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna manipulate my father into killing people and shit, and just like getting the Titan formula and then giving it to me, which also makes it see. This also means that Aaron's the one who killed his fucking mom in season 1, and I'm thinking to myself, like, drama.
Like, dude, wasn't it like his whole motivation at first? Just at first in the beginning was, oh my god, I'm gonna kill the Titans. They killed my family. They killed my mom.
And then when you get to this point, and we get to the time thing, that point where it's just like him and his brother Zeke are going through his daggone memories and shit of why the shit is how it is, and I'm like, so Aaron's the reason why his mom's dead. What was the original motivation in the first place? He's the reason for this. He's the reason for all this. And your best out, Isayama, is I don't know why I did it. I'm just an idiot. I'm an idiot with power. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I've heard some shitty villain motivations in my lifetime. But that right there, I'm an idiot with power. The whole reason when you nuked half of the damn planet, you're just an idiot with power? You do realize it's going to start up again, right? And then it does anyway, so your whole thing for this was just stupid, right? You didn't end war, man. You just halted it for a few years, and you still died underneath that. You still died, and then and because the fucking takes his severed head back to the fucking island, I'm like, so you're just gonna fucking walk back? And you kissed a severed head. I don't know what the fuck is
So
going
did
on.
they keep the what you call it, the bird thing that you showed me,
Oh my
the
god,
bird
yes. Yeah,
and
just
him like crying over her or something?
yes.
You're probably
Yes.
I should have said, well, I probably should have told you, but this is only for the first special, not the ending, but sure.
Oh, it don't
Not the
matter. It
second
don't
one,
matter.
but
You know what? I'm including it in here anyway. It don't matter. It don't matter. This is bullshit. Why is this even here anyway?
but like, dude, like when you sent me all that stuff, even years ago when you sent me, we talk about time travel and the paths and all this. I said, because keep in mind, folks, I haven't seen like it was years until I actually saw the Chronicles thing, that compilation of like the first three seasons, because I stopped watching it after the first season because I thought it was terrible. But dude, when you showed me and you told me, oh well, yeah, they got time travel and see now they got mechs and all this. I said, it really like it comes off as something that just has it just complex. Well, what somebody a comment that I saw somebody put up, it was like this show has like it has complex like what did he say?
Complex ideas.
No, complexity creep. That's what it was. Complexity
Okay.
creep. And it to me, just from the outside looking in, it comes off as, oh, he liked all these ideas like so one of the videos because like, okay, so how do I describe it? So one of the videos that I watch, because I want to actually get into like making games one day and stuff. So one of the videos that I watched about like making stories and stuff, when you're making a story, you can come up with a bunch of ideas. Just write a bunch of ideas down, but you don't have to use all those ideas. Isayama used all those ideas. It's almost like it's almost like throwing spaghetti at a wall and just seeing what sticks. It's like he put everything in there, and I'm just like, from the outside looking in, I'm like, dude, even from the first season, I was just like, brother, I don't really need some of the things that you have right now. The whole David versus Goliath, man versus giant thing, that's all I needed from this. I don't
Yeah.
need time travel. I don't need all this other extra crap you're doing. Just present to me interesting characters and an interesting conflict, and he couldn't do that for me. So that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Okay. Okay. Applaud. Just okay. All
That's
right.
all I'm
Yeah.
gonna say about that. But as
Just
far as, but yeah, go ahead with your pick.
I just can't stand the fact that this has been on here nonstop so far.
Yep,
I don't care.
and you're gonna see it again next year.
I know. Unfortunately,
I thought
because
that
part
maybe,
two.
just maybe, they wouldn't qualify it because it's a special, but nope.
Yeah, because part two.
Wait, huh?
Because part two.
Yeah,
Exists.
yeah, because unfortunately.
I don't need the reason why the Titans were how they were, and it's just like, oh, there's the other islands over there, and I'm like, okay, we gonna do that now? And then that's what fucking season 4 was basically, because okay, all right, whatever, and I stuck with this enough to know like what the intricate shit, what was going on and all this other nonsense.
One of us had to look. One of us had to keep with this, and then one of us had to keep with Sword Art Online. It was just one of us had to take the bullet.
Yeah, and I even now I'm like, oh my god, like this is the best you can do, and this man had ample time, and I feel like Isayama got pushed into doing this, and I still think that because there are concepts there are concepts that he could have gone and he didn't do it, but you went for, oh yeah, Aaron becomes a bird, and then war breaks out again, and oh yeah, and Mikasa
but
is
you don't
fucking,
get it. It's freedom. It's symbolism.
and then Mikasa is still down bad for his ass. Yes, she married John. Do you realize just how fucked that is? It's like you put a ring on that, and she's still hounding over the bitch who's dead. That's fucked.
Hey man, she might name the baby after him.
Oh my god! Oh my, it wouldn't even be worth it.
Then it'll be Attack on Titan, Boruto, whatever the heck.
And then the worst part of it is, I'll end it with this. I'll end it with this because I could go on forever. Y'all really think that Aaron Mikasa was a thing? Well, this was an actual love thing?
Yeah,
Like
I've seen
really,
people
just
say, "Oh, this is a love story." It's like, really?
last I checked, this man headbutted her because he didn't want her like protecting him all the damn time. Did anyone just forget that? And I've seen videos bring that up too. I'm like, he flat out insults her, berates her, and shit. And then all of a sudden,
That's
it's like,
worse than Sasuke and Sakura.
I'm like, yeah, I didn't know how that was possible. It's just like, oh yeah, Sasuke tried to kill her multiple times, but he didn't outright just outright say, yeah, I hate you and shit like that. And then all of a sudden, like he breaks down and says, like, I don't want her to what I'm getting the quote up right now. I don't even
Oh
care.
god.
I'm
Okay,
getting
so
this
while you're
quote up.
doing that, because I know we're gonna get off, but then again, we're talking about the dang nominee. We're talking about we're still within the ballpark. But I will say this about the other picks, just to kind of keep things moving along, though. Ocean Okoye, as far as best drama goes for that, there were a few good moments with that, especially in the premiere, and I want to say either episode 7 or 8 with one of the other characters dealing with some of the fan backlash and stuff. It was very realistic to basically basically how the internet like never forgets and everything. So yeah, like that stuff, that drama part of that was good. I think for me though, Heavenly Delusion had everything pretty much. I mean, if you wanted emotional moments and stuff, it had it. It got dark near the end. I won't say what happens, but it got dark near the end with Kiriko. But yeah,
Okay.
nah, I just wanted to kind of keep us moving because
I know. This is the last thing I'm gonna do. This is the last thing I'm gonna do. Okay, because of this.
yeah, I said you could go off because I knew
I know.
you had some stuff bottled up about the show because you don't talk about it up here. So
No, because it's just like I don't want the wrath of these people who have been with this show for as long. I
hey,
have to
I'm used
look.
to it. They dislike bombed the crap out of that last video I did about Attack
Oh
on
my
Titan.
god, you would think that I kicked their dog or
Right.
cat or something with how like these Attack on Titan fans are, but it's like,
That and Hunter x Hunter fans.
oh my god, this man says I don't want that because of finding another man. I want her to just think about me for the rest of her life, even after
What?
I die. I want her to be hung up on me like 10 years at least.
He said that.
I'm sending you this
He
damn clip.
said that. Oh my god.
Yes, yes. It's like, do you realize how many daggone video analysis I've seen of this man?
Beautiful
And
writing.
this
That incredible writing.
and
Isayama.
this
Beautiful.
completely just nukes everything. And then after that, he's like, I don't know why I did it. I'm just an idiot with power. I was like, okay, so much for your Sigma, right? Move on. Let's
But
just move.
fascism.
Oh my god,
Stop.
good lord. Anyway,
But yeah, what did you pick
I
out
got
of
no horse in
these,
this race.
so?
I got no horse in this
Oh
drama
yeah,
race.
that's right. Because you haven't seen. Yeah, okay,
And I'd be
that's
damned if
fair.
I'm giving it to Attack on Titan. Fuck that. So absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Okay, so best fantasy. I think you might have seen some of these. Hell's Paradise, Demon Slayer, Mashal, Ranking of the Kings, and the Ancient Magnus Bride season 2. So right off the bat, why the heck is Mashal here? Please explain that one to me.
I don't know. I have
Why
no
why
idea.
is Mashal here?
Fake ass you Narcomi looking ass.
Why I see look, as much as I don't think the comedy's good, and I'll talk more on that later. I'm like, okay, y'all want to say, oh man, this is such a funny show. Okay, cool. Y'all gonna give this a best fantasy nomination over Eminence and Shadow? Once again, they don't want to prop up a high dive show because that's their competitor. But Eminence and Shadow is a way better show than that. Way better show than that. Eminence and Shadow. Let me hold up. Where's my list, man? Where's my list? Okay. Not only Eminence and Shadow. First of all, this spot, if we're gonna give it to something, they should have gave it to Reign of the Seven Spellblades. They should have gave it to that. Like I don't know if you remember when I text you, it was like episode 6 or 7 or whatever. It was some episode that I watched where the main character did something. I'm not gonna spoil what it was, and I was just ranting and raving about that. And I think you
Hmm.
remember when I did that.
I do. I do
That
actually.
show, if you want to see what the anti Masho is, that is what this show is.
Okay.
Masho, it seemed like it just, and again, it's supposed to be a comedic show, but the comedy is not good. It was literally, and I've only seen a few episodes of it, but it was literally the same thing over and over, and it was very unoriginal. It is literally just, they took One Punch Man, they took Hogwarts, uh, Harry
Harry
Potter,
Potter.
they took Harry Potter, and they took Black Clover, but they're doing something that's not as good as any of the things that they're inspired by. The characters weren't, as much as I saw it, the characters weren't that interesting. The show is somewhat watchable when it's not trying to be comedic, when it's not trying to make you laugh. But like what I liked about Reign of the Seven Spellblades was, first of all, because I will say the same thing that I heard somebody say about Attack on Titan. Oh, I like this show because it doesn't have all this fan service, it doesn't have all this comedy, it's not trying to be all jokey, it's being serious. But see, the thing is that at the same freaking time, that show has comedy in it, but it's not forcing it. It's not sacrificing the tone or nothing for that. I love how serious that show can be. I love the action scenes. Those action scenes were good. That show, because I've seen people compare Reign of the Seven Spellblades to not to Mashal Harry Potter, because that was another comparison to Harry Potter. And when I saw the trailer for Reign of the Seven Spellblades and they compared it to Harry Potter, I'm like, well, I couldn't get into Harry Potter as a kid, but I'm like, this looks cool. It's JC staff. Let me check it out. And this show, it feels like a fantasy show. It feels more like it's trying to do what what one did with One Punch Man, but it just doesn't do it very well. And I don't know why this is up here. Because even look, Dead Mount Death Play, that could have been up there compared to this. I just watched the ending of that the other day. It paid off with its ending, has good plot twists, has a good story. It's a reverse isekai show. And I think the only thing that that might have over it is the animation, and then there's just more action there's more action in Mashal. I'm pretty sure there's more action in it. But Dead Mount Death Play, this is how I know they didn't watch a lot of shows last year. Because Dead Mount Death Play, I feel like a lot of people slept on that. And then Handyman Saito, you've already seen me talk about that before. I feel
Yeah.
like that show, for me, that show's like on the level of Konosuba. As far as having a cast, as far as like being a fantasy show with a great cast of characters. And the way that they introduce certain like supporting characters, very good in that show. That show deserves to be up here in comparison to Mashal. And then also Farming Life in Another World. That's another one. That's another high dive show that deserves to be up here. And I know some of y'all might be thinking, oh, it's a show about farming. No, don't look. Go watch it. It's not. It's actually not a bad show. It's actually a really good show. But that like Mashal and Demon Slayer should not be here. I feel like every year I see Demon Slayer in this category, and it feels wrong. Like you have the action category for that. When I think fantasy, I don't think something like Demon Slayer. I think stuff like Grimgar Fantasy and Ash or ReZero or something like that. But have you seen any of these shows? Any of them?
Well, Jobless Reincarnation.
You saw the second season? Because I didn't get to watch. Like I watched like the first two episodes.
A few, yeah.
Yeah. So how was it?
It was good. It was good. I ain't gonna like spoil nothing, but it was good.
So you think it deserves to be up here with all these other ones?
Yeah. More so than Mashal, that's for damn sure.
Yeah, I was taken so aback when I saw this, dude. I was like, they better like. 'Cause I was hoping they better not put this thing up here. There's so many other shows. Sugar Apple Fairy Tale, just on the top of my head. There's so many other good fantasy shows that came out last year that could have had this spot. This is how I know they didn't watch anything. Hell's Paradise. Again, I only saw one episode of it. People like even on the first episode, I remember scrolling down the comment section. Oh my god, peak, peak, peak. You know, it's always gotta be those people talking about peak. But
Yeah,
I,
oh
I saw a
god.
video that said it wasn't as good as it was supposed to be, as people were hyping it up to be. So I don't know. Ranking of the Kings, I can say this much. I liked the first season. The first season was so good. Like I would go to watch one episode and then I'll be done, and then I'll, you know, before you know it, I've watched like 4 more episodes. I need to finish. I need to finish season one. I didn't finish season one because I was waiting for the dub. So, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and watch that though. But and that Ancient Magnus Bride, you sent me something on that. I need to watch that.
You know.
But yeah, so I guess you would choose Mashoko Tensei for me.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what I chose. Did I even select? So I guess I gave it to Ranking of the King. So I'm like, you know what? Ring of the King season one was good. I'm gonna trust them with that one. So okay, so we can move on to best action. Attack on Titan, Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu Kaisen, One Piece, Demon Slayer, Bleach. Again, look, man, if they had fall shows, I feel like what's the name of that joint? Shangri-La Frontier. That should like I think that was like one of the best action shows of last year. Um, all these except for Chainsaw Man, like I seen Chainsaw Man, so that was the one I chose. Very dynamic action scenes and stuff. Really cool scenes with him fighting the demons and stuff. Um, can't really say anything else about the rest of these. I've seen the Gear 5 fight. I don't really remember it too much to really comment on it. But it wasn't bad at all. It just like I think it is more so the Looney Tune noises and stuff kind of got people.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That annoyed the hell out of me.
But
But if I had to,
oh, go ahead.
if I actually had to pick one, and this is ooh, I actually have like stuff to say for this. Okay. Attack on Titan, you can get the hell out of here. Thousand Year Blood War. Good. From everything I've seen in this daggone show, like they bumped it up because it's just like now they don't have to hold back with the violence anymore. So it's just like it's almost like a completely different like
Yeah,
deal
that
going
was
on
one
here.
of the not to cut you off, but like that was one of the criticisms I've heard people say in the past that like they had to like tone down the blood because of like I guess TV or whatever.
Yeah. Now it's like, wow. Yeah, the violence is so much better now. So I can see why that's on here. Chainsaw Man, we've hyped up Chainsaw Man enough as is. That had great action. I don't even have to say nothing else. Jujutsu Kaisen season 2, and now this is talking about all of season 2. Yeah, I don't need to say nothing because what Mappa did, and I'm gonna give Jujutsu Kaisen this because what the hell has been going on over there at Mappa, and this is right after Chainsaw Man, no less. What they managed to do, and this is with people getting the hell out of that office and saying fuck this shit, people quitting and all that. What they managed to do with all of season 2 of Jujutsu Kaisen, I'm amazed. I'm like, okay, this is what y'all can accomplish with y'all leaving, and other antics that are going on
Yeah, I heard
in that office.
I heard they've been overworking. Well, of course, this is like a standard thing, and it's sad, but they've been overworking these people. They've been, yeah.
Yeah, so what season 2 managed to do, I'm like, damn, not only was it a good season, but it's just like some of the action scenes, I'm like, oh my god, this is this is what shit going on in the office, no less. So I'm giving it to Jujutsu Kaisen, like flat out. Like I can't even lie on this
So
one.
let me ask you this: do you think those action scenes are better than Chainsaw Man's? I feel like Chainsaw Man will kind of be at a disadvantage because of how they did Denji's form. Because how it looks like it's, and I always get this confused, so I don't know if it's vice versa. I can't really remember like that, but it's like they did it like CG, like they
Yeah,
made it 2D like CG. It's either that or it's the reverse of that. But the way that they did the Chainsaw Man form, I feel like that kind of people didn't like. Some people might have not liked that part of it.
Yeah, they kind of did it dirty a bit, and it is coming at a disadvantage. But yeah, I think they did. They accomplished more with Jujutsu Kaisen than they did with Chainsaw Man. If I had to like put these two back like neck and neck with each other, season 2 wins it. I'm sorry, but with what
Like
I've
between
seen,
that and then it just like I feel like recency bias might kind of go in there with Jujutsu
a bit,
Kaisen.
yeah, I can see, yeah, why you would say that,
Cause
yeah,
like
yeah,
I was well again I can't really say obviously because I haven't seen Jujutsu Kaisen, but I was just like just coming off that first episode of Chainsaw Man compared to how I felt watching Jujutsu Kaisen first episode. I was like, this is night and day. Goodness, this is like night and day.
I'm telling you, man, like season 1 paints like such a like a calm picture of Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm not even kidding. Like where we are now compared to what season 1 was. I'm like, oh god, it's like it's compared to seasons. It really is night and day.
Okay.
Like even at a certain point, season 1, it's like, oh, they went there, but it's still like, okay, it's still calm before the storm, basically. And with Bleach, yeah, it definitely would take my number third spot. Everything else, I'm like, yeah, I could take it or leave.
Okay, so like I said, I'll give it a Chainsaw Man, and you said what Jujutsu Kaisen?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, best comedy. I'm sure you haven't seen any of these besides Zombie 100. Buddy
Uh,
Daddies, Buddy Daddies, Spy Family, Bochi the Rock. I do not know why Masha was here, and freaking can't I can never I
Urusei.
always I always butcher this freaking name Urusei Yatsura. Um, so once again, I have to say it again. Where is the dangers in my heart? That show was hilarious. I'm surprised Tomo Chan is not here. I mean, I had my issues with Tomo Chan at first
That should be on here.
when it first began. Yeah, because like when it first began, like I felt like the first few episodes not the greatest in terms of the comedy and everything, but I felt like that halfway point, like once we get to episode 5 and 6, it turns things around. Story's good and everything, and the physical comedy in that show it wasn't working at first, but then later on there's some scenes with some stairs. That's all I'm gonna say. That's like really funny, but as far as this goes, Buddy Daddies, I ain't heard nobody and they mama talk about this show. So that could have y'all could have did something with that. Actually, one show that maybe it doesn't deserve. I will say this: maybe it doesn't deserve to be up here. But one show that did make me laugh a whole lot was Kamikatsu. Um, say what you want about the animation or lack thereof of that show. They were freaking honest. They were bold. They were honest with that show, and it was really funny. But Spy Family can't talk about it. So, do you think Zombie 100 deserves to be up here? Because I feel like I
To
don't
a
remember.
degree,
I don't remember laughing at all in that.
to a degree, to a degree, I think it does. Um, it could be hit or miss sometimes, but I laughed at a few things about it. But it really hit home with the whole like working stiff in episode 1 for me before he finally realized like, oh shit, world's gone shit. I can do what I want now. So I'm like, okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. But yeah, Marshall, what are you doing up here? Who paid you? Who
Yeah,
paid for
dude.
this to be here?
But between like if this was even a Kiba made war, I'd be like, you know what? I don't I don't gel with this type of humor. It's a very dark humor, a different type of humor. So I can see why if somebody else likes it. So I'm not gonna be like, oh man, but Mashal, I'm like, dog, maybe it's something I'm missing. But it's just like between talking to you, my brother, between talking to you and my brother about it, and like y'all all like you and my brother have kind of the same reaction to it. It's like, man, it's weird. It's like it's a weird taste. It really is peanut butter and ketchup. It just is a peanut butter and ketchup sandwich. It's some people for some reason they enjoy it. So, but that's the first thing that popped in my head when I'm like, so how like if you asked me to describe Masho, I would describe it like that. Um, Bochi the Rock, very funny show. like I mentioned earlier, a lot of these socially awkward moments with the Bochi is pretty funny. I think out of all of these, oh yeah, and Urusei Yatsura, I feel like that. I'm actually surprised that got up here. Like again, out of all the high dive shows, you couldn't put freaking Dangers in My Heart. I
Yeah,
guess,
what you've shown me from that, I'm like, why isn't that on here?
dude. I feel like if they would have did that, if they would have put that in best comedy, then they would have felt obliged to put it in best romance in other places. Like it is really good. I'm not gassing it up at all. Like it is really freaking good. Um, but Urusei Yatsura, I feel like the comedy in that it's good, but it's like I feel like there's a very Japanese. I don't know. It's a weird thing to say because obviously it's all coming from Japan, but it's a very Japanese show. Um, and it's obviously a remake of a 1980s show, but I'd give it a Bochi. I think it deserves it. I think another high dive show that should be up here is Eminence and Shadow. Uh, Very funny moments with that too. Like Sid is a big troll. Like if you, yeah, I know you haven't seen it, but it's on Hulu. I didn't even know it was on Hulu at first, so you can watch it.
Oh, okay.
It's funny. But yeah, I
Um,
give it a Bochi to Rock though.
okay. Off the rip, Zom 100 for me.
Okay.
Oh
Best
my god.
romance. Once again, I think you haven't seen a lot of these. And notice we're seeing the same shows over and over.
Yes.
Same crap. Horimiya, Insomniacs After School, My Love Story with Yamada-kun, Tomo-chan is a girl, and Skip and Loafer. I will say this, the romance part of Tomo-chan, it got better later on. I think it has the best story out of all of the romance shows that came out last year from what I saw. Haven't seen My Happy Marriage, so maybe my thoughts will change. Same thing with Skip and Loafer. Horimiya, the romance part of Horimiya. I sound like a broken record each time I say this, but I'm gonna keep saying it. The main relationships isn't very good. They rush it, and I know a lot of people that's the appeal of it to a lot of people. 0 to 100 real quick, cool. But I think the side characters, the supporting characters, their relationships were actually a lot stronger, and actually their interactions were a lot more enjoyable to watch. And I kind of felt like, even though they did it in a toxic way in the first season, I do kind of feel like, um, I think I said that wrong. They did it in a funny way, but I did kind of feel like the main relationship is kind of toxic in a way. Like this isn't like if this was a real life relationship, that would be really screwed up. But
Mhm.
um, yeah, Horimiya, I didn't bother with season 2. I'm just like okay, whatever. I'll catch it whenever. Insomniacs, I've already mentioned this. I don't. Well, I think I've already mentioned this. The relationship between the two characters, as far as the romance goes, I'm like, it wasn't that strong, really. I mean, they do help each other with their sleeping issues and stuff like that, though. Yamada-kun, man. So you said you didn't see that one, right?
No.
Um, my main issue with this show, my main issue with this one is to relate the. So there's an age gap between the characters. So
Nope.
yeah.
Nope.
So
Nope.
Akane.
I think I remember now.
So
No.
Akane, I can't remember how old she is, but she's like maybe 2 or 3 years older than him. She's in college. He's in high school. He's on his last year of high school. And I'm just like, dude, the one thing that is keeping me from really being invested in this relationship is the fact, like, dude, either put them both in high school or better yet, put them both in college because we don't get a lot of college romance. Like we don't get a lot of adult romance shows. So it's kind of weird. Like I could have done without that weird age gap. And it's for those of you that don't know, if and also you don't know, basically it's a show about her. Basically, she got cheated on by her boyfriend, and then she goes because her boyfriend and her used to play this game. So it's about them. It's about her playing the game with her guild and stuff, and then she ends up meeting Yamada, who's also in the guild, and they end up interacting with each other and stuff like that. But that was a pretty good show. Like I said before, the production on that is by far the best. Madhouse really had a great year last year
It's
between.
Madhouse.
Hmm?
It's Madhouse, so of
What did I
course.
say? What did I say? What did I say? I, what did I say?
I know.
Oh, what? No, I thought you were saying I said the name of the studio, the studio wrong. Madhouse had a good year with between that and Friedman. They do a good job with like the transitions and then the background music. This is another show that like if they could have put that with the best score, that I would put that also in the conversation because some of that music, like the chill lo-fi music that you can find on YouTube, like
Mhm.
it sounds like that, just real chill lo-fi, like some of the music, and really just how they presented the scenes and everything. But if we're just talking about romance wise, I gotta give it to Tomo-chan. I definitely do, but I feel like Saint Cecilia could have been up here also, even though then again their relationship don't really change by the end of it. But
Mhm.
yeah, I feel like there's other shows that could have been up there besides Skip and Loafer and My Happy Marriage. I think I'll be surprised if a lot of people check those out, especially in Insomniacs After School. I don't think a lot of people probably check that one out. But yeah, that's just where I'm at with it. I think it's Tomo-chan.
I'd have to like agree with you on that one since Tomo-chan really is the only one I've seen out of all of these. So I'd have to give it to that. And even the romance angle does happen a lot better later on. So yeah, give it to this.
And it's different because it's like okay, it's a tomboy and a dude that seems oblivious to
And the
you know
dumbass friend is like, yeah, we homies. And she's like, the fuck? I'm a girl, man. Dude. He's just a goof. So I like that. I like their relationship.
and like not only that, I feel like the supporting characters in both Tomo-chan and My Love Story, I think they're a lot stronger, especially for Tomo-chan with Carol and Misuzu.
Yeah.
I feel like they're much stronger than the ones in Insomniacs After School, and I even say Horimiya to a degree.
Hmm.
Best art direction. So this is basically looking at how the show looks visually. Pretty much that's what we're judging it off of.
I'm
Um,
telling you right now, before you even start, Demon Slayer is probably going to take this one regardless.
and it shouldn't. And it shouldn't. I mean, dude, I've said this before. I think the show looks ugly to me. The character designs look good. It looks ugly to me. I've said this before. I said that in my review years ago. I've always disliked that art style. I've never liked that art style. Um, I'll let you take this one because I'll take this one away, and then I'll speak.
I mean, okay. Mappa always kills it, like regardless of what goes on in their daggone in their house of operations. So between Chainsaw Man and Jujutsu Kaisen, this is no different, and that's why this is kind of hard for me. I even give it to Bug Films because Zombie 100 does look good. Like for what
And
I
not to cut you off, but just to kind of bring it to your attention. That's their first anime, right?
oh my
That's their first
goodness.
anime. If I remember correctly, that's their first anime.
Then it's no wonder like the ending took so damn long for them to like finally
Let me
crank
look
out
this
last
up
year.
just to make sure. I believe it is. I could be getting that mixed up, but let me see. Go ahead.
But yeah, even Bug Films brought it with Zom 100. So and with Hell's Paradise, I know this is again Mappa. Mappa has been completely like ridiculous for over the years with how much work that they pile onto themselves. And that's why everyone was like, I
Yep.
even see a
Dang.
meme. It is?
Yeah, it is, and the score up here for it is very low. Dang, I'm surprised.
I loved it.
Yeah, I'm
I
seeing
loved
sixes
it.
and sevens. I'm like,
Damn.
okay, come on, guys. Really?
That,
The little
really?
bit that I
Out of
saw of it was seeing pretty good.
I know. I loved it. But when it comes to Mappa and like them like overloading themselves, I even see a meme these days. It's just like, how much stuff they're gonna take on now, and it's like it's a meme of that, and everyone's just like, Mappa, stop taking on everything. And then what goes on in the offices and all that. So for them to even like crank out like three like shows like this, and they're still going.
Dude,
And with
they
the
had
amount of
more than
problems that
three
they have,
shows, dog. They had more
I
than three
know.
shows last
I'm
year.
just saying, like,
Like,
what's on here? Well,
nah,
what's on here?
yeah, okay, because brother,
I
they were they were working them boys like slaves. Like the first part of Zombie 100 where he's like, where they're showing them like overworking the people
yeah, that's
at their
them.
job.
That that's
That's
Mappa
Mappa.
workers.
When I
That's
watched
Mappa
that first
workers.
episode, I was like, oh, so this is inside Mappa's studio right now.
I'll tell you right now. I'll tell you right now. They have to have like like assassins trained on their families or some shit because there's no way, like there's no other explanation for them to be working like dogs like this. But yeah, when it comes to direction, oh, it's a toss up. This is a real toss up for me. Mm, mm, I'm I'm about to give it to Jujutsu Kaisen. I am. For me, for me, it's and Chainsaw Man's like comes right behind it because again they killed it. Like what, even with what goes on in the Dagon studio, they managed to like kill it every time. But when it comes to this, it's like especially with the last episodes of season 2, I'm like this is like fucking movie quality. What are y'all doing? Y'all don't even have to go this hard. What is going on in that office? So yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen for me, like flat out.
So I said I'm just gonna have to repeat myself here. Oshinokoi, definitely one of the most beautiful animes I have ever seen. There were moments where I'm sitting there watching it, and then I had to keep pausing it because I was looking at just how good the art is, how good the coloring and the line work and everything is on it. It's just a really good looking show, and beyond that, just how they directed it and everything. But I think Chainsaw Man. See, this is the one, and I guess I'm just gonna have to repeat myself again with this too. But this is the one I think Jujutsu Kaisen might end up winning over it because with Chainsaw Man, they made it more cinematic. They made it more because Fujimoto, he likes movies, so they was like, you know what? You like movies so much, and that's probably also the reason why they had those references in there in the opening. But yeah, you like movies so much, we're gonna make this cinematic. We're gonna make the characters look more realistic. That's why Denji looks the way that he looks. Like there was one scene in like I think it was episode 8 or 9 or whatever. He's talking to Himeno, and I'm looking at Denji. I'm like, that does not look like Denji. It doesn't look bad, mind you, but it doesn't look like Denji. It's not Denji. Like these characters don't look like the manga, and some people had a problem with that. Some people, foolishly to a point, and I don't know if the. I want to believe that y'all were joking about this, but there were some people that were just like, Mappa needs to redo it. They were signing petitions for Mappa to like redo it, and like I told you about the video I saw. Somebody was like, God could come down and animate this show, and people will still have an issue with it. It's like it's fine, but Chainsaw Man. That's the only thing with that. I had no problem with that, but I know some people might, so that's why Jujutsu Kaisen will probably get that. For Jujutsu Kaisen, I don't know. It's something I gotta watch more of it, but it doesn't not something that really catches my eye. I already talked about Demon Slayer. Don't like the look of it. Hell's Paradise. It looks like a type of show that I would enjoy. Um, Zombie 100. It's just very colorful show. Whenever they're like killing the zombies, the blood. It's not just red blood. It's blue, pink. Just very colorful show. But for me, it had to be Oshinokoi.
Okay.
Okay, so best cinematography. I know you know nothing about this. I actually had to like look this concept up. And matter of fact,
I know what cinematography is.
okay,
Excuse me.
okay, okay. I just assumed.
Excuse
I
me.
just assumed. I just assumed. So maybe you do. Okay. So I don't need to explain. Well, I guess for the audience,
Yeah, go ahead
basically,
and do it anyway.
what it is pretty much dealing with the camera work and everything, shot composition, how things are organized within the scene, what the camera is focusing on, the lighting and all that. Pretty much, they're what a cinematographer does is basically they're trying to tell a story, visually. So with these nominees, we have Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer, Heavenly Delusion, Vinland Saga season 2, Chainsaw Man, and Attack on Titan. So obviously can't talk about Vinland Saga. Well, actually, I'll let you go since you know about this probably even more than me. So
Oh my god! Like how? Okay, again, Mappa knows their shit, and I even will throw Attack on Titan. I'll give them a bone for this one. What they've done, I don't know what black magic goes into those offices, but they know cinematography, and they've managed to do it with each of the nominees on here. So I'll give. I started to say I give it to the AOT for this one, but I'm not giving him the nominee. Okay, let me rephrase that. I'm not. But every time there's an action scene on here in any of these shows, I'm like, yo, they know what they're doing. They know exactly what the fuck they're doing in there. But yes, and this probably is because of recent bias here, but especially with how part like with Shibuya arc was all the way through. Um, even part one, uh, definitely have to give it to Jujutsu Kaisen though, because it feels like this. It feels like this is like an amalgamation of pretty much everything that they've learned, and then even when the shit goes on in that off in those offices, it's like holy shit, they managed to do like really great movie shit with like what they did with the battles and all that. Even stuff that isn't even in the manga, they said they even like added to some of the battles in here too. So yeah,
oh,
Jujutsu
okay,
Kaisen for me,
okay.
like most definitely.
Okay, so for me, I'm trying to think. What did I choose? I think I chose Heavenly Delusion, if I remember correctly, and I think the reason why. So, again, with Heavenly Delusion, it gives you everything. I think with Heavenly Delusion, there's scenes in there that is directed, and I guess I can kind of say that for direction, but I think that there's great action scenes as far as like chase scenes and stuff with the Hiriko with the monsters, and then also they have scenes that really kind of just play out like almost horror, almost like horror movie scenes. Like there's scenes in there where I felt like I was watching a horror movie rather than just because it's a adventure and mystery series, but there are like horror elements and stuff in it. Chainsaw Man definitely deserve a nomination for that because there are scenes in there where I use this as an example before I'll use it again. The scene where Denji's just like walking, he's like running. Well, how do I say this? Well, he's walking very fast down the hallway, and the way they do with the camera and stuff, what they do with the camera when she's when they're at that hotel, like that scene, and then obviously
Yes.
the action scenes. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Yeah, no,
Oh
I'm
yeah.
agreeing with
Oh
you.
yeah. But also the action scenes themselves, like even that first action scene with the zombie devil, the tracking shots. Like I still remember that to this day. The tracking shots, the different perspectives and everything. And then that one scene where it was like that porn magazine scene. The shot composition in there, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's stuck in my head. But yeah, very good all around with that. So like those are the only two shows I can really talk about. But Attack on Titan, I will say this much: I will throw him a bone there because this is why I said even years ago. It's like, oh man, these action scenes they look cool. They're done very well. I wish I cared about the conflict. I wish I cared about the characters and what they're going through. But that looks cool. Like I said, can't talk about Vinland Saga or whatever, but I'd probably give it to Heavenly Delusion. Maybe Jujutsu Kaisen will probably end up winning this. Either that or Attack on Titan.
Uh, yeah, probably.
Okay, so best director. Obviously, we don't know. Well, I'm not gonna speak for you again. Even if you know any of these directors,
I don't. I
I
don't.
know
I
I
don't.
don't.
You're good. You're good. You're good. You're
I
good.
know I
Okay.
don't. Um, like I said, I mentioned about Heavily Delusion how some of the scenes are basically directed like horror movie scenes. There's great dramatic scenes that are directed well. Same thing I could say with Ochinokoi. Also, those performances in Ochinokoi are very well directed as well. Um, the comedy, the way that things play out in Bochi the Rock is a very dynamic show as well. Same thing with Chainsaw. Like this is actually a hard category But for me, again, I just had to give it to Heavenly Delusion. I don't think Heavenly. I'll be happy if it gets something, just one thing, but I don't think it's getting a lot.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
uh Shit. I'm gonna have to give it to Chainsaw Man for this one. Just I don't know, man. What they managed to do with that, the direction of the whole anime is just like really really good. I can even say the same thing for Shota over there for Jujutsu Kaisen season 2, but I'm gonna give it to Chainsaw Man on this one.
Okay. How many more categories do we got?
Oh my god, let me count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7. Okay. Can we like? I gotta take a little break, and I'm gonna just cut it. Okay. So character design, we got Oshinokoi, Chainsaw Man, Demon Slayer, Hell's Paradise, Jujutsu Kaisen, Trigun, and it's funny. Like I didn't expect to see Trigun up here because like you were like one of your main things was like how they made the main character look.
Yeah, Vash has that little fucking. I hate the hairstyle. I think the biggest thing for me is just like that hairstyle, and then it's just like, dude. So your jacket's gone in favor of a giant hoodie now. Like, why? I don't. No, no. Get the daggone jacket back. And then they fixed it. They fixed his hair. And the last episode, I'm like, y'all.
So
Okay,
is
y'all
it
ain't shit for
supposed
that.
to? So it's supposed to be like just a straight up reboot or just like an origin story type of thing?
No, reboot. This is
Okay.
basically another thing entirely.
Yeah, because I when I was about to watch that show, I was like, oh, well, let me go ahead and rewatch. Well, not rewatch. Let me watch because I've never seen Trigun before. So I was like, let me go ahead and watch the first episode. I saw like the first few minutes of it, and I was like, okay, I'll wait. I'll wait till the thing's over. But what about the other characters? Were they? You have no issues with other characters, right?
No, surprisingly, nah. It was good. Once it got going, it was like, all right, I see why y'all changed some of the stuff you did, but it's just like, okay. Even Knives, I'm like, okay, he's fine. He's fine. I'm not too much bad per se. It's just
It's different.
Vash's look in the beginning of this just still like kind of irks me to a degree because that fucking uh I hate that side hairstyle, man. That shaved at the
I know
sides.
you hate it every time you see.
It's like it triggers me so bad. Yeah, I hate using this term, but it's just like
Yeah, like
uh,
it's very very generic hairstyle, right?
yeah, it's like you look at his look from this to what he looked like before. Uh, okay, his arm before wasn't really exposed. Before it kind of was, but at the same time it wasn't. He just looked so much more badass in his
His
first
original
form.
attire.
Yes,
Yeah.
like in comparison to Stampede, that I still stand by that, even though like they did course correct the hair in the last episode. So that makes me think like, okay, we have to be getting to season 2, right? And there's been nothing since. So it's like,
I
oh,
thought
well, we have a
they confirmed a season 2, didn't they? I thought they did.
I think
I could have
unless
sworn they
I'm
did.
being unless I'm being dumb here. But did they arrive? Could arrive sometime this year. Okay, never mind. I thought we were gonna have an origami situation. But yeah, it's surprising to see this on here. To be fair, but if I had to actually give it to anybody, God, I would have to give it to Chainsaw Man because what they did with the demons and such and all that, I'm like, okay, I like all the character designs in Chainsaw Man and Jujutsu Kaisen, but in comparison with Jujutsu Kaisen, I feel like Chainsaw Man still even now is more unique to at least to me.
Oh, absolutely. I think that's no question. First of all, the main character, like the characters in Jujutsu Kaisen, like I'm just talking about like the main characters that go to that school or whatever. Well, obviously they just wear school uniforms for one.
Exactly.
And just like I look,
It is.
and then like, well, the only thing that's like really sticks out to me as far as like a character that sticks out, like the blue aviator glasses that one of them wears. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
that's like the only
I
thing that like sticks out. Cause like there's a character that like he has like gray hair. He has like these marks all over his body. And like the other day, I was just like scrolling down through YouTube or something. And I was like, wait a minute, is that Shikoro? Oh no, it's not. That's the Jujutsu Kaisen character. So I'm like, yeah, it's not really. Yeah, it's for me. I don't think the character designs are really that unique in there. But again, I'm outside looking in. Hell's Paradise. When I first saw the trailer for that, I was like, yeah, these characters look pretty cool. Um, that's one thing I would not hate on Demon Slayer for. The character designs look pretty cool. The character designs are 10 out of 10. Oshi no Koi character designs, when I first saw that thing, man, I was like, why did their eyes look like that? That's so but they did something with it, and it looks good. I give it the Chainsaw Man. I think I gave this one the Chainsaw Man.
okay. Makes sense. And also, you don't see like a lot of demon hunters wear in business attire. I think that's like really cool. For me anyway, it's
Well,
just
like
like
that seems to be like the new thing now. Like Jujutsu Kaisen characters, they all wear the school uniform. Chainsaw Man characters, they wear in business attire. Like back in our day, oh my god, we sound old, but
we
back in
are old.
back in our day, Naruto would walk out with his orange jumpsuit. Luffy will switch up every once in a while. Like it'll switch up his attire. Um, Ichigo, I'm trying to think. Well, he obviously has to do the Bankai thing. So, yeah,
He switches to his Soul Society
yeah.
look. So still, in comparison to like Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man, it's just like I don't know. They're demon hunters, so it makes sense for them. They're demon hunting agency, and they work for the state, so it's like it makes sense for them to have business attire. So I like that. And a web cartoon does this. Gary and his demons does this. Has the same like almost exact same concept, but the demon hunter who works for an agency that kills demons and all that. So
Okay,
yeah, that's all I'll say. So it's not like I'm not used to this already. But yeah, definitely give it a Chainsaw Man.
okay, okay.
Oh
Best
my god.
animation: Chainsaw Man, Attack on Titan, Jujutsu Kaisen. Once again, I'm surprised to see Trigun up here. Mob Psycho
Honestly.
100 and Demon Slayer. So I'll let you go first because I want to see if there was any other show that I feel like they could have put up here
All right.
besides the stuff that was like in the fall.
All right, as I've said before, like Trigun Stampede grew on me animation wise. Like I was not a fan of this in the beginning because again, it kind of put me off, but it grew on me as it went on. Jujutsu Kaisen, I don't really need to say nothing else about it. It looks great. Chainsaw Man, same thing. I think out of all of these, Mob Psycho being in here at all, I'm like okay, because the animation amps up when the action calls for it and all that, and it looks stunning. So honestly, if I had to give it to any of these, just to take a break from the damn norm already, because it's been so chainsaw. It's been JJK
Yeah, it's been
versus
the same
TM
thing over and over.
so far. So
Same
I'm gonna give it
picks.
to Mob Psycho season 3, just to break from the
Yeah, I
norm.
mean Mob Psycho animation has always been good. Like that's never been
Yeah, it
a
is. It is. I'm not gonna put that down.
um Demon Slayer. Like I said before, it's just one of those things. People hype up Ufotable. I don't see what's so big about them. Maybe I need to watch because I heard they do Fate. They do all the Fate series. I haven't watched none of that. I've only seen Demon Slayer, and I haven't seen anything that's like super impressive with that. Animation wise, Chainsaw Man, they went off with Chainsaw Man. I can't even knock Attack on Titan when it comes to its animation. I can't speak to most of these, so I had to like default give it to Chainsaw Man in terms of that. But again, some people might have issue with that because again, it's the CG part of it, the CG transformation for Denji, that part of it. So
Yeah,
That's
that too.
that's the only thing there.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so best original anime, and I think I had some issues with this one too. So
Nah,
there,
this is all you. This is all you, buddy.
yeah. So he ain't seen none of them. See, even he hasn't seen the marginal service. Who's seen the marginal service? So I was looking
What
at
the
the
fuck is even that?
yeah, right. It's like people like I've seen the ratings for it on this website. It's at like a 3.5, and I was scrolling down at the reviews.
What?
Somebody was like, "It's a very generic plot or whatever," and like I don't know. Again, what shows did they watch? Because I'm like, okay, so and someone reminded me because I was looking at the comments and someone reminded me of a certain show, but I'm trying to scroll on my phone right quick because I had it up here. Okay, so we got Akiba Made War, Buddy Daddies. I don't know what. Okay, so out of all these shows, what's the show that sticks out to you? We're talking about best original anime. Like, what's the show that really sticks out to you? That looks like it doesn't belong here.
Okay. All right. It really sticks out, huh? All right.
This should be an easy one.
Oh my god! Don't do this to me.
This should be an easy one. Really, you don't get Mobile Suit Gundam. That thing is
Yeah.
older than
Why?
that's older than us. It's an established IP. Why is it best original anime?
You're right. What the fuck?
Let me read. Let me see. What is this description? Original anime is not adapted from source material like manga or light novels. It's a new creation. So apparently this is a it's an original story, but it's set in the Mobile Suit Gundam world. But still, it's Mobile Suit Gundam.
If you took off the Mobile Suit Gundam, you'd have something. But you're right. I thought you were saying like go off style. I'm being stupid here. But yeah. This what is this doing here?
Like there's other show again. Akiba Made War. Look, I mentioned earlier the comedy in that is definitely a taste for certain people. I did a first impressions on that before. I watched like the first 4 or 5 episodes. It was pretty repetitive with the structure until like that last episode I watched. I thought that was at least better than the other ones. But other than that, the characters were pretty boring and uninteresting, and just the humor was not working at all. But then again, it's a different type. It's a dark kind of humor, so it's a different kind of humor. So again, it just didn't work for me. Buddy Daddies, again, a show that I ain't heard nobody talk about. Like I said, the marginal service ain't heard nobody talk about that, and it's even got lower ratings. Birdie Wing, I heard that the animation, I think the animation on that's good, but again, it's another one that I ain't heard nobody talk about. The two
Mhm.
shows that should be up here, like let's remove Buddy Daddies and let's remove Akiba Made War, or matter of fact, no, let's remove the marginal service and let's remove Birdie Wing, right? High
Yeah.
Card. Why is High Card not up here? I totally forgot when I was talking about this at first. I totally forgot about that show. Why was High Card not up here? That show had a good story, had a cool premise. It's basically JoJo. It's JoJo meets Card Captors meets Kingsman. It is a really original kind of show. Like this, like when I was talking about Mashal and talking about how it's just taken from things and it's not doing anything original. High Card did something original. High Card is so freaking cool. It's a cool concept and it should have been here. It should have been here. So High Card and then Magical Destroyers. Like what did y'all watch last year? Magical Destroyers very like just gave me fully coolly. It gave me vibes of all sorts of shows. Had a cool concept on it. Great animation. I'm not sure about the ending. I'm not sure how I feel about the ending. I got to rewatch the ending, but either way, much better than the marginal service. Come on, guys. Like who was hyping this up? So again, I don't know what they watch, but do it yourself. Definitely, that's what I went with because that show is just very enjoyable to watch. If you're looking for a relaxing show to watch, it's just literally just girls doing like construction kind of work, like do it yourself kind of handy, arts and crafts kind of thing. So
Okay.
but yeah, I'll go with do it yourself. Like that category is kind of ridiculous. Best film. I know you probably haven't watched any of these, have you?
I'm noticing Blue Giant Nut. This nut.
Yeah, so
From the
that's
studio
so
Nut.
that so that's the studio that did Decadence, the show that years ago
Okay.
when I was alluding, I was like, hey man, there's a show that came out that was better than Attack on Titan this year. These fools that I was talking about My Hero Academia, I said it's kind of like Attack on Titan's got that. These fools thought I was talking about My Hero for some reason.
Ugh.
I don't know, but yeah, that's the studio that did Decadence. It's yeah, but Psychopaths, Slam Dunk. I haven't heard nobody talk about Slam Dunk, Psychopaths, none of this. Black
I'm
Clover.
surprised Psychopaths has a movie. Like, what the fuck?
I
I've
thought it
never
already
heard.
had one.
I know, but I've never heard of Providence.
Yeah,
Wow. Okay.
my friend my friend was talking about that like years ago. That show. I never watched it. Actually, I'm trying to think, I think I might be getting it confused with a Black Cat or something. But out of all these, I know you. Like I said, you say you haven't seen any of them, right?
No,
Okay,
but I know what
so
you're gonna pick. I know what you're gonna pick
what
though.
am I gonna pick?
Kaguya-sama.
Absolutely, absolutely. Like, dude, Kaguya-sama is it's one of the first shows where I'm like, okay, I finished the episode. Like, I'll finish the episode, I'll be like, okay, who directed this? Because the scene plays out in such a dynamic, such a creative way. And what's so crazy about this is like, there'll be all these other like rom com shows where like the couple will take a long time to get together, right? But there were reasons as to why it took like what 35 or whatever episodes for them to just even share a kiss, just even get closer together to like just let down their guard. There's so much in
I was
this
like,
show, and this film goes into a lot of those layers that is like just keeping them from being together. And it's crazy because it seemed like after watching this, I'm just like, did he had to have done some kind of research on how like teenagers are at that time period? Because it's so accurate. Like if you watch it, you'll be just like, okay, yeah, that's exactly how it is. That's exactly how it is. It's all these excuses as to why, oh, I can't approach this person. I can't tell them how I really feel. I can't do all this. Like it's really accurate. So
mm,
but beyond that, it's just like the comedy in it was great. I think I've shared some of it with you. The comedy in it was great. The romance part of it is great. Even the supporting characters had their time to shine. So, for me, it was definitely Kaguya-sama. And I haven't even seen the rest of these. That's great. I haven't even seen Black Clover because I haven't caught up on it. So, unfortunately,
it
um,
was absolutely wild. So,
best new series. You haven't seen any of these, have you? Besides Zombie 100.
okay, let me see.
Oh no, Chainsaw Man. So you got
Oh, I
two.
got two.
Yeah, you
I got
got
two.
two. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and go first with that.
Okay, all right. I would give it to Zombie 100 because again, it's been a while since I've seen a something zombie related actually like stick with me, and again, the intro to it all just like it really hit home for me because of how I feel like work is for me currently right now. It's like sometimes some days are good, some days are like, what the fuck am I even doing? So that kind of hit, and then it's just like zombie shit happens, and I'm like, okay, and it's a good zombie show for me. For me,
Absolutely.
it's been a minute since I've actually seen zombie media done right. And the last
Right.
zombie related thing I've seen was Netflix's Daybreak, and I do not recommend that. Like for the love of
I've never
God,
heard of it. I know
do
they
not.
did some zombie thing with Zack Snyder.
Just I have not seen that daggone film because just no. Ah. So it's been a minute since I've actually seen something zombie wise like go right, and I'm damn sure not talking about Walking Dead because that's been going on forever.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, how to like take the cow out back and just put it out of its misery already. So there's that. And when it comes to Chainsaw Man, I'm like, hey, wow, a relatable main character for the most part, and you feel bad for him. You feel bad for his current circumstances and all that. And then he gets like these devil powers and shit because of how the world is and all that. And it's just like, oh, he's really doing this just because he wants to touch some boobs. I absolutely love this guy. I can bring up, I can, oh my god, just the way Dingy is written, it's like I absolutely love how chaotic this dude is. To like everything, that way he is, just how his motives are. He's not out here wanting power or wanting to be the best at anything, wanting to be ninja president or anything like that. Not even to protect his friends. He's out here being selfish as hell, and I'm like, I'm enjoying every bit of it. I don't even
Dude,
care.
man, it's not even just him. It's really Aki and Power too. Like the characters, they act so different compared to like other characters within that shonen space. And it's funny because now, that, like when hearing you talk about Denji, you're you're bringing up these memories of that moment where he's like, he said something like, "Oh, if Makima died, you know, I'll like be sad for a few days, but you know, I'll move on." And I'm like, "Dad, isn't this the one you want to get with?" Like,
Yeah.
it's yeah, it's just it's written in a way that just is so unique in terms of the concept. It's done very well in terms of the presentation. It's it really surprised me how much that lived up to the hype because there's so many shows out here like before it comes out and then on that like once they start showing it and everything once it starts airing and everyone just hyped it up like oh man this is gonna be so good and nah man
it
this
get
one
gassed. It gets gassed up to high heaven, and it's just like your
yeah
expectations are
and
pretty
see
much
this
dashed.
is the
It's like,
one that even
really?
from day one it just it never stopped being good. It was very consistent. Um Besides that, Bochi the Rock was just a gem. Nobody like I said, like I mentioned earlier, nobody saw that coming. Not even me. Like when I was doing my first impressions on the on my other channel. It was just something like I forgot how I learned about it. I think I just like watched it out of random because I was like, you know what? If I'm going to do this, I'm going to make sure I pick a bunch of genre of shows that even I don't even watch. So like I don't watch sports anime, but I decided okay I'm gonna watch Blue Lock, and I was like okay what you know what I don't really watch musical type of anime like that, so I'm gonna watch Bochi the Rock. So and I ended up enjoying it. It's very good. Um,
Okay.
Zombie 100. I said this before. Zombie fatigue, like you kind of talked about earlier. There's a lot of zombie media out there from like 2010 to up till now. Man, I just had zombie fatigue. I'm like I remember you sent me the freaking. I remember you sent me the preview to this, and I was just like, you know what, dude, have fun with that. I don't
Hey, I remember.
zombies.
Yeah, you're like,
Yeah, I was like,
okay.
yeah, have fun with that. But I gave it a shot just one day, just randomly, and I was like, okay, after that first episode, I'm like, dag, okay, wow, okay, the dude is actually smiling while running away from zombies and stuff. I've never seen something like that. And then it's just all colorful and stuff. And I'm just like, I would love if like the rest of the show he's just all gleeful like this. It was really good. And like you said, relatable character and everything. But other than that first episode, other than like the first few episodes that I watched, I can't really say too much whether it dies off
It
or
sticks the
gets
landing for
better
you.
or anything. No, I can't say whether or not it gets better or it gets worse or whatever. I can't really speak to more of the story. But Hell's Paradise, a little bit that I saw of it. It's funny because when I started reading the manga, I also stopped on the first chapter. Same thing with the anime. I stopped on the first episode because I was just waiting for it to come out in English. Um, but the little bit that I saw of it, I will say this: compared to the rest of the Dark Trio, I think this one has the best opening. I think this one has the best opening episode, the best start, the most unique start. Like it starts with him basically, basically you get a lesson on how to kill a dude, man, on execution methods, basically. So, but besides that, his motivation, the main character's motivation, I can't even remember the guy's name, but his motivation is a personal one. It's unique for, I guess you could say, this kind of genre. So, other than that, though, I would say for me, best new series, I gotta give it that man. It's between Dag. See, now this is another hard one. It's another hard one because Ocean Okoi was also very good, but it's one of those shows where again I feel as though like every episode was an 8, but then the first episode, which is basically a freaking movie, that was a 10, and it never reached it never reached that 10. It never reached that high peak again. And I feel as though Heavenly Delusion just had everything in it. It had everything in it. You want action scenes, you want emotional, dramatic moments, comedy. I didn't expect to laugh as much as I did with that show. Like, and then the thing that I love so much about it is like, okay, they don't spoon, like the author doesn't spoon feed you. It's really something you gotta pay attention to it, and it's very rewarding to like find out. Oh, this is what this is. Oh, this. Oh, that like certain connections and certain stuff, and then it's just really strange. Is very weird, and it leaves an impression on you. And I think more so than pretty much everything up here, I feel like that was the show. Like every week, I gotta watch it, and even when I missed a couple weeks, I was like, okay, I gotta hurry up and catch up. So. For me, I think I believe I chose Heavenly Delusion for this one. But Chainsaw Man, like if this was 2022, and we were talking about 2020, no, well, no, yeah. So if we were talking about 2022 shows, I'd probably be leaning more to Chainsaw Man. But it's kind of like I want to, since we're trying to praise these 2023 shows, since we're talking about 2023, and unfortunately some of the 2022 stuff had to bleed over. I just would give it to Heavenly Delusion though.
Okay, makes sense.
Okay, best continuing series: Attack on Titan, Jujutsu Kaisen, Spy Family, One Piece. Notice what's not here.
Well, huh? That's weird.
Oh man,
That's weird.
how y'all gonna skip the goat?
Ah, huh?
How they gonna skip, man? How they gonna do Deku like that, man?
Yeah. How are you
Oh,
gonna do that?
the slander online. For what you told me, season 6 is good.
It is. I don't give
It's
a fuck
like
what anyone
why?
says,
You
man.
know what? I haven't heard nothing about Demon Slayer.
Damn.
Outside of season 2, I haven't heard nothing about season
Damn.
3. I haven't heard nobody praise it, say it was the greatest, it was the second coming. Nobody say nothing about that. But for some reason, they're propping it up.
Well, I only have one horse in this race, and the other horse I've already seen. And yeah, and continuing wise, definitely JJK, since yeah, I'm not even gonna bother with the Attack on Titan. We already know what how I stand on
Yep.
that.
Yep.
So when it comes to Jujutsu Kaisen, I flat out like season 2 changes the game like so much from season 1. Like again, I keep having to reiterate this, but I will say it again. Season 1, oh, happy fun times, right? Season 2, oh yeah, that's the backhand. There's a backhand for you. Oh, there's a death over there. There's several deaths ensuing. There's deaths everywhere.
So
Oh
what
my
you telling me
god.
is, man, there's gonna be some Jiraiya level moments, right?
There's gonna be not only there's some Jiraiya level moments, there's gonna be some like, oh, people gonna die. People are gonna fucking die moments. Where Itadori, I'm telling you, and I don't, this is a slight spoiler, that this man changes. Season 2 changes him from here on out, and it's not even funny. It's like, yeah, oh, the big three didn't have to go through this much shit. Now I'll say that much, and I'll move on. Getting into Jujutsu Kaisen season 2 for me.
Okay, because man, I'm just like, man, One Piece. God, you're only here because of Gear 5. I really truly
Yeah,
believe
Gear
that.
5, and how many episodes are we in now? Like, I'm being serious here. I'm looking this up right now.
Over 1,000 something. I don't know. I
Oh
lost
my,
count. I haven't like. I'm still like. I'm after. So I finished Dressrosa like a year or two ago, and that's where I stopped watching. I watched the English dub. Apparently they've been going through a lot of these episodes. Like they're at Wano now, so I'm like I'm real far behind. So
hold on. I gotta do this real quick. Hold on. That's,
yeah, it's like over 1,000 episodes. I know that much. I
I
heard
don't
some.
even. Oh my god, 1,000, 1,089.
Yep.
And this ain't even accounting the specials, the OVAs, or the 15. There's been 15 movies. There's
Yep.
been.
I mean,
I
it's been around for a minute.
How old is One Piece, by the way?
1999, off the top of my head.
Ain't no way, no shot. Hold on.
Dude, I'm waiting. I'm just waiting for it to finish at some point. I don't know. Just one day. I'm just waiting for you to text me, for somebody to just be like, "It's done. The manga is finished finally."
1997,
Oh, I was wrong. Maybe I'm thinking about Naruto.
July
I'm probably
22nd.
thinking about Naruto.
Oh my god, it's a July baby like me? Oh no. I can't love with this damn thing. Oh no. Okay, back on topic. What was it? What was your continuing series, man?
Dude, I got look at what's over here. Look,
I know.
I was like, I'm just like, I give it a One Piece. I don't. I'm just like, dog. I didn't like these long running shonen series. Like I mentioned before. Like all I watched was like fantasy shows. I watched comedy and rom com and stuff. I'm not somebody like, again. If this was years ago when like My Hero and like Fire Force and all this other stuff was out, then yeah, I'd probably have something to say. This is the one category I'm like, what in the world? I didn't watch none of these shows. And it's not like I didn't like. It's not like I don't like Vinland Saga. I like Vinland Saga. I just didn't watch season 2,
Okay.
and I'm still waiting. Like what messed me up was Spy Family, because like I bought the manga and I was like, I'm gonna read the manga, then I'm gonna watch the show, and the show came out before I ever got a chance to read the manga. So.
I'll read these before the show comes out. Oh, the show came out? Well, damn. Back on the shelf you go.
Man, we got the
Okay.
last one now, man.
Anime of the year. Holy God. There's
And
not more
before I
repeats.
even get to it, so you noticed something, right?
Go ahead.
It's Mappa. Mappa
I
Suite.
know.
They are the
I
they
know.
are the Boulder Gate 3. They are the Baldur's Gate 3 of the Anime Awards. These
They
are
are the
just like
pillar
all
of this
these
whole
picks. We've
thing.
said it, and I know y'all probably tired of us here, like just tired of hearing us say this. But
If you've even listened this far, by the way, thank you for
right,
by
thank
the
you.
way.
But it's like, dude, these are some safe picks. You can tell these dudes barely watched anything. They just like, oh, these are the most popular things. These are the things that are popping in the screen. Oh, word, let me watch these and nothing else.
I'll tell you right now, I ain't hear shit about Vinland Saga season 2 from anyone.
Now
Okay, what
I
is
heard it was good, but my brother was telling me like, man, it's not a lot of action in it, and then, like he was telling me how people were like commenting and like basically berating people for like some people like, man, where's the action, man, this isn't as good as the first season. Then some people like, oh man, they like, some people just really acting like, oh man, you gotta be Galaxy Brain in order to get it, man, this is a story, like the story's really good. I feel like people are gonna be split on that, and so that's why I don't think Villain Saga is gonna win. I'll be surprised if it does, because like that arc is not a lot. It's, from what I heard, it's not a lot of action, and that's
yeah.
one of the things that kept people, that brought some people like my brother in. So I don't see that getting it. And
Yeah.
if Demon Slayer gets it, then man, just shut it down. Just shut it down.
And just end the whole end Crunchyroll right now.
Because
End these awards.
it's bad. It's bad enough y'all don't have Freerin. It's bad enough y'all don't have 100 girlfriends. It's bad enough that y'all don't have Dangers in My Heart or Shangri-La Frontier. None of that can be qualified, which is weird because keep in mind Free Ren came out September 29th. Now, yes, it's a fall anime, but the eligibility is from fall of 2022 to September. One episode has to air in September to be eligible. Four episodes. Four episodes aired on that one day because it had a big premiere. So why is it
Wow.
not here? Why is it not here? Oh, so we can prop up Demon Slayer.
Huh.
So we can prop up Demon Slayer.
I just realized something, and I'll go back on topic here in a minute. Why isn't A Thousand Year Blood War not in continuing series?
You know what? I was thinking about that.
Why the fuck
that
isn't that in there?
Well, that and
The cutoff date? Is it really the cutoff date
Anime of
again?
the year. It could have been Anime of the Year because I've said this before too. Demon Slayer, like some people had said before Bleach came out. Oh, Demon Slayer, it's a better version of Bleach. Well, now Bleach is back. It got better animation. It's doing its thing with Studio Period. So, what now?
They got movie budget for that. They got movie budget for Thousand Year Blood War. I'm not even kidding. Like what I've seen from that, I'm like, you would think that they animated the daggone movie every
Yeah,
episode.
because it looks like a movie from the little bit I saw of it, from the first few episodes I saw of it.
Yeah, but anyway, back on anime of the year. I'll just get it out the way. I'm shit. Y'all have heard me hype this up to high heaven and back. I'm gonna do it again. Sorry, Chainsaw Man, but after what I've seen from Shibuya incident, give it to Jujutsu Kaisen, man. I'm not even gonna
I
front.
think
Like,
honestly, I think it's gonna win. I think that's going to win, and it's gonna kind of hurt because it's a shonen series and
I
Chainsaw
know,
Man.
I know.
I know I haven't seen Jujutsu Kaisen, but I really feel like Chainsaw Man just like elevated. Like the bar has been set so freaking high with that show. It is
Yes,
not like it is something that is unique. And where like again, outside looking in, Jujutsu Kaisen feels like, from what I can tell, because I even saw somebody did some video where they're like, oh, here are the shows that inspired Jujutsu Kaisen, and they had like they had Bleach, so they had like Ichigo and Gon from Hunter x Hunter. They had all these characters, and it's like it really feels like just outside impressions. It feels like it's very much taken in from a lot of that stuff, but it's doing it very well. That's the impression I get. Um, Versus something like My Hero, which feels like, okay, I learned all this stuff. We're not gonna do this stuff. We're doing our own thing. But Chainsaw Man, I feel like definitely like if you're gonna put a shonen series up here, it has to be on that level. And I just don't know. I don't know if it really earned its spot because it again, and I didn't mention this earlier. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but look, there's a lot of Mappa stuff here. Like I said,
yeah.
safe picks. I'd really like, dude. I would love to live in a world just to see if Jujutsu Kaisen would get up here if it wasn't animated by Mappa. If it was animated by like what's a good studio like C2C. Um, who
Bones.
else? Yeah, Bone. Well, people know Bones. I'm trying to think of like really obscure studios like I think it's Binary, Blueberry, whatever the studio was that did 100 Girlfriends. I would love to see because I just want to know that I just want to know if this work is good enough to stand on its own rather than, oh my god, Mappa put their foot in it. Okay, cool. Mappa could probably make Fairy Tail look amazing. It's just like again, I don't know if it deserves to be up there, but I'm not gonna say which way or other. But for me, Chainsaw Man, man. If this was if this was last year, Chainsaw Man, man. But Oshi no Koi was also freaking good. I'm trying to think which one did I give this to. I think I might have gave it to Chainsaw Man, and I think the reason why, because like, well, with Oshi no Koi, like I mentioned earlier, it didn't. There's so much potential in it. It's so much potential in it, and I feel like we didn't see that potential yet. I felt like the show felt kind of short. It's only 11 episodes, but the first episode you gotta keep in mind it's like 2 hours, and it deals with basically the entertainment industry in Japan, and you really would learn a lot from like watching it. And it's funny. It's got dramatic moments and everything. It's showing the light and the dark of the entertainment industry, but the thing that would get you into it, the thing that will probably get a lot of people into it, and that big hook that got me like, okay, but like by the end of the first episode, I was like, okay, wait, okay, he's gonna try to go find and kill his father. It was feel like some Death Note, kind of gave you Death Note vibes, and then it's like, okay, he's got another clue by the end of it, who he needs to go after and what he needs to do. But it's like, yeah, I need like I think season two, if that does really well, then maybe. But I wouldn't put it at the same level as Chainsaw Man. Bochi the Roxy, man, I'm just glad they got nominated. I'm just glad this got nominated. I think it was really good. I don't think it stands a chance against these more action oriented shows. I'll be surprised if Ochi no Koi actually can beat Chainsaw Man and Jujutsu Kaisen. That'll be something. But I
Thing
think
is, man.
huh?
Sorry, but thing is, man. Like people come for action. I'm sorry, but
Yeah, I mean
way
that's how my brother is.
the
Like,
the way our dumb brains are, especially now. And I'm talking. This is for all you anime watchers. I don't give a shit. I'm going scorched earth right now. Even me, I have this issue sometimes too. But this is why
we just want to see somebody get punched in the face, man.
we just want to see someone get jumped or hit, and that's what exactly what. There's a reason why Jujutsu Kaisen is called a jumping anime because people get jumped.
Like, dude, like, but see, that's the thing with me. Like, for the past few years and stuff.
It's a dopamine for people for some reason.
But see, that's the thing with me for the last few years because I've been doing this whole thing of reviewing and watching a bunch of anime and stuff. At a certain point, I'm like, okay, yeah, all this stuff is happening, all these effects. People are getting punched in the face. Okay, you know what? I like you kind of just get. Well, I can't speak for everybody. I just
Numb.
like kind of just get numb to it. Kind of numb to it. Like even I remember watching My Heroes, that last My Hero movie, and like the animation looked cool and everything else. It's like I don't know what just happened. It looked cool, but I don't know what just happened. But I don't know. Like for me, I also want a good story. And not to say that these don't have good stories like Chainsaw Man and Jujutsu Kaisen, but if you can give me a good story, you give me good characters, and just be entertaining, then you can have me. But yeah, I mean, it's the low. I feel like it's just the lowest common denominator for these type of shows, and because they're so popular, because they're so big, it's like okay, well, let's just put them up here where they end up missing out on other shows that probably should have been nominated. Like you heard of this show called Undead, what's it called?
Undead Unlock.
No, not that. Undead. Hold on. I have it here on my phone. Hold up. Give me a second.
Again, which is another reason why Demon Slayer is it's so insanely popular.
Okay,
like,
yeah.
I've seen
Undead. Okay, sorry not to cut you off. Undead Girl Murder Farce. Undead Girl Murder Farce.
That's it. Why does that sound familiar?
I've seen articles hyping that up. I saw people saying that was good. That has a high rating on Crunchyroll right now. I was expecting to see that. I didn't see that nowhere. I see that nowhere. I didn't get to watch it. I wanted to see what it was about because everybody was saying it was so good. And then another show that I saw people mention, it's like, where's Onimai for this whole thing? Where's Onimai? You probably don't remember what that was. That was the show that I did the first episode review on where the dude's sister turned him into a girl. And a lot of people thought that I was kind of, like, it's weird, but it was funny the little bit I saw of it. But it's kind of weird that Onimai wasn't there too. And then My Home Hero, I forgot to mention this earlier. That could at least been in best drama or something. Like, have you heard of My Home Hero?
Again, another one that sounds familiar.
Yeah, dude, it gives me Breaking Bad vibes. It's not exactly that, but it like gives me kind of like Breaking Bad vibes. And it was something else I was thinking about earlier. Another show that it reminds me of. I can't think of what it was. Oh well, it wasn't a show. It was like Taken. Kind of reminds me a little bit of that, but then again, Taken is probably a bad example. But Breaking Bad definitely, because it's about a father who's all he wants to do is protect his family. All he wants to do is protect his daughter. Her boyfriend was abusing her, and her boyfriend is part of the Yakuza, if I remember correctly. And he ends up killing her because he finds out that he's after her money or whatever. And so, he freaking ends up killing the dude. And then, like, his father is like, yo, where's my son? And he sends his men to go and look for his son. And then he ends up getting caught up with these people. And he has to end up dealing with them. And then his wife gets roped in. It's a really good show. The only thing with that was, like, the production on it wasn't that great. Other than that, the story itself is good, though. Yeah, you can. Yeah, it's on Crunchyroll. It's got an English dub. I need to rewatch it, but I was surprised I had to see that. But see, that's how I know these fools weren't watching nothing. See, that's how I know these fools weren't watching nothing. But you know, like I said, it's either Chainsaw Man or Oshi no Koi for me. And you said Jujutsu Kaisen.
I'll tell you right now, when that recent movie drops for Chainsaw Man, oh my god, that shit's gonna change everything.
Yep.
Like whenever that's done, and I know the context of what's gonna go down too, because I kind of got spoiled, and I've been like, okay, screw it, let's just see what happens, and I'm like, I get what he's doing. That they're doing it like this. It's basically gonna be the zero
Oh,
to
so
their series
it's
before.
like a prequel, pretty much.
It's not a prequel, not a prequel. It's an add-on. It basically does happen like right after season one, though.
Oh, okay.
But he felt like it wouldn't do right as a season, so he did it a movie as a movie instead.
I hope they don't do the Demon Slayer and Dragon Ball Super thing where we did this as a movie. Well, now
Oh,
we're gonna redo it as a show and just add more stuff to it.
just don't do that. Don't even put that in the atmosphere.
Man, I mean they didn't do that with Jujutsu Kaisen, so maybe.
No, we have more sense than that.
Well, okay. So, any final thoughts? I'm surprised we got through this. I really am.
Ah, so am I.
Man, I'm surprised we got through this. No interruptions, no nothing. This went
This
smoothly.
never happens.
It's an anomaly. It's an anomaly.
uh, yeah. God said, "Let them work." Uh, it really, any closing thoughts I have is really just like, just give other stuff a chance, I guess. Broaden your horizons and just like showing and stuff. Like I have to do better with how I'm doing things now. When it comes to anime series, because again, like Jujutsu Kaisen's got to be like my bread and butter for a good minute, and then even like I wouldn't even say mob to a degree, but like I have to broaden more of my daggone like anime scope, and what you like suggest to me actually does help most of the time, because most of the time most of your suggestions I'm like I end up liking them. It's like the only
Yeah,
thing
because
that
I know
broke
your taste most of the time.
the only thing that actually broke from the norm was really Zom 100 for me.
Okay, so that's it. So thank you guys for watching. Leave your comments in the comment section below, whatever you voted for and everything. And we're out of here. Peace.